last we left off, your group dealt with the pirate issue that was plaguing this island once and for all. Going to Chihaka Anchorage and making what was at first assumed to be some sort of deal with the pirate captains there to eliminate Jack's old adopted father and Captain Lascalar in exchange for riches, wealth, and a favorable position. You were prepared to enact on that plan until your party managed to talk you out of it. Coming up with an alternative plan. No wells. Coming up with an alternative plan, your group then decided that it might be more advantageous to rid the pirate outpost of its existence once and for all. Your group took the explosives that were being prepared to annihilate Lascalar's ship and decided to use them yourself. Setting up explosives all throughout the anchorage and working alongside Nyara Porter to ensure that this plan would go swimmingly without the captain's notice. Your group put what was needed into position, set the trap, and then swam away from the outpost with your boat. While you were sailing, not swimming, Cinder shot off a single ray of fire that detonated the entire outpost, sending it crumbling down with fiery smoke. Now all that remains is charred remains and billowing plumes from where once stood a mighty pirate anchorage. With that out of the way, your group, along with the Flaming Fists, took the remaining survivors prisoner, the captain, a sea witch from the other captain who was killed's crew, along with a few stray crew members here and there, and set off with them, along with their ship, which is now yours. Taking what you could, leaving, and setting off, your group set towards the Mother of Mists, this massive island set to the north of Schult, which your group actually learned was indeed an adult, or ancient to some degree, dragon turtle. Something older than you can imagine, probably older than this island. Pressing forth and arriving at your destination, you saw a ship parked outside, that of Lascalar's old vessel. Approaching the vessel and its colorful beauty, you saw that there was one member left behind, that being, can't remember his name. Anyone got off the top of their head?
That was Ron.
Something with an H, not Ron. Hull, like you, it's... whatever. A half-orc deckhand and first mate of Lascalar who was left behind. Walking up to this figure and interrogating them momentarily, you decided that a generous conversation without violence was in order. And a peaceful and easy conversation you were able to have. You acquired knowledge that you previously didn't know and a chance to interrogate a strange red wizard that had been captured and stored below deck. Going below deck to interrogate this wizard, taking this opportunity with stride, your group approached and learned that this wizard's identity was actually that of a Red Wizard of Thay, an organization to which your group isn't familiar. However, off of first contact with this figure, him and his associates supposedly find themselves in different places of high arcane or historical importance around the island, investigating, capturing, and stealing whatever they can to benefit whatever mysterious goals lie ahead for them. You and your group decided to form a contact with these red wizards after setting one of them free. This contact would allow you to speak with their boss in the future, some woman who lives inside of the heart of the jungle at the moment. With this in check and in mind, you untied him, allowed the wizard to leave, and we now begin this session with your group in the lower deck of Lascalar's ship, the Sturge. Currently, you're sitting or leaning up against walls, resting, whatever it takes, just collecting yourselves and preparing for what to do next. As we begin, you hear the half-orc above deck shout something momentarily in anger, frightened, or just startledness, I suppose. And having a good idea what it is, that's where we begin. After only a brief moment, you hear footsteps coming down the wooden stairs, and the blockade that your group momentarily established, little drape that was set in the way to prevent him from teleporting out, gets pushed to the side, and he just says, "What was that? The prisoner just left."
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
Nothing much. Nice conversation. It's not really a problem anymore.
Nice conversation. Well, were you able to get anything important out of him?
As much detail as he knew about the temple, which, admittedly, not much. But some other useful information around the island, but none of that matters right now.
Well, I guess as long as you got something out of him, just hopefully he isn't the vengeful type.
I can't imagine he would be.
Well, either way, he ran off somewhere in the island if you feel like going after him. Doubt he has a way of getting back, so take that as you will.
I believe we have more important matters to attend to.
Alright. Suppose that's fair enough. Good luck. And he walks back up the stairs. Returning to his book, Keel is satisfied with that answer.
Well, everyone ready?
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Getting a resounding singular answer, your group presses up the stairs, disembarks from the boat, hops onto the island. You see a sheer cliffside in front of you that leads up towards where you imagine the temple to be at the moment. Sturdy, jagged rocks. And the only way forward is up. Cliff face being a couple, say, maybe 90 feet high in total, just climbing distances as a whole.
That's not bad.
Plenty of places and ledges where you could imagine easily climbing up. However, quite a dangerous fall should you lose your grip.
Sound like a fucking rubber ball.
A sharp mountainside. But either way, who will be trying to ascend the mountain first? And what
I'll
way will
lead.
you be doing it? You'll lead the way. How do you plan to get up the mountain? More small mountain.
I had it done. I'll climb up actually. Now that I'm thinking about it, I believe I have pittance.
Okay.
And I would like to basically, since I've got climb speed, I'll go every 10 feet and put one up and attach some rope.
Alright. With your climb speed, I'd say that would already give you advantage on getting up the mountains as a whole. Well, okay, climbing, it's not the hard part for you. It's something else. But the pittance will provide advantage to anyone else who might try and climb.
That will only work for 80 feet, by the way, as I only have 8 pittance.
I'd say it'd be fine enough. You'd be able to make enough of a distance to where you could pull someone up when they got to the top.
I could completely tug Wolf up the mountain. I have to block and tackle.
God. Either way. With that in mind, I need someone, doesn't matter who, to roll me a d20.
Stocky?
Huh?
Stock D?
Just a d20. Nothing crazy. No modifiers matter. I just need a straight d20 from someone. 14. Jack, as you're nailing the pittance into the side of this strange cleft, you feel the mountain rumble and shake.
Oh yeah, the mountain's a whole ass turtle.
Yes.
So as it's shaking, I need you to go ahead and make me a Dexterity saving throw with advantage because of your climbing speed.
Dex save with advantage.
Yep.
Oh boy, it's gonna be one of those sessions, isn't it?
Good. A 25 is perfect. You manage to maintain your grip and not lose what you have going for you, falling into a very sharp and painful drop. You reach the top. Who's next? And if you have alternative methods of arriving at the summit, then be my guest.
Wolf, if you want, I can use the block and tackle to assist you.
Go for it.
I knew that would come in use at some point.
It's something. Strapping up the block and tackle in a position, Wolf, you're sure to grab certain parts of the ledge to assure you're still very heavy. Block and tackle's great and all, but
4 times the weight.
it's
you can
not
normally
guaranteed.
lift. No.
Mm. So,
Do we
holding
need
on
to
to
do
position,
quick
Wolf,
math on
roll me a
that or
d20.
no?
Nope, not
Can
necessary.
you say that again?
Roll me a d20.
D20?
Yep, every time someone climbs, a d20 is needed.
Mm-hmm.
Alright,
4.
yeah.
Ooh.
Cool. Make a dex
Oh, boy.
saving throw. Normal.
Okay. Dex. 12.
You'll take half damage as an assailment of heavy boulders is going to fall on top of you. You won't fall, however, seeing as you're strapped up by the block and tackle.
Ouch.
How tall
Okay.
is this?
I believe it said 90 feet.
Ah,
Just from
can
the top.
You can fly
all
up
you
it with
hear-
ease if there's any worry. Or need for vortex warping, I suppose.
Wolf, all you hear from the top is just, oh, sorry about that. You might want to watch your head.
I'm just kind of gonna stick my thumb up as like I'm fucking trying to recover from a fucking boulder hitting me in my head.
I will have to fly up first in order to use vortex warp on him
Well,
because I have to
fortunately-
see.
fortunately for you, as per the block and tackle being put on him,
Yeah.
it's enough of a safety net to where he doesn't fall when these boulders hit him.
So he's partially a ways up. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say he'd reach the top by this point. You would only need one a rally of rocks before he'd make it to the top.
Okay.
It's not a very long climb. It's just a tough one, tricky one. Which even for you, having the ability to fly, assuming you want to go next, would be quite difficult. There's thick foliage lining your destination. Having to press through it could prove dangerous. Roll a d20.
Roll a d20. Where the fuck?
The tree comes alive and attacks
Ugh.
you.
That would
Welcome
suck.
to Don't
Danger!
Starve.
Danger!
Is that a shadow monster?
How much?
You make it through uncontested.
Let me check.
Well,
Between flight, not having to climb normally, and this mountain already shaking and stirring, you're well enough acquainted with you manage to avoid getting smacked by any trees as you try and fly up. Who's next? Lucian or Viren?
I guess I'll go.
Alright.
Yeah, I guess.
Works for me.
You take
Nothing-
it, Chief.
Nothing too fancy, just normal climb with our preventative measures already in place.
Make a dexterity check with advantage because of the pittance and climbing gear.
Sure thing. Would that dexterity? Would that not be athletics?
No, athletics too. Yeah, sure. You know,
Okay.
that's a good point. Athletics or acrobatics? My bad.
Okay. And then did you say?
I don't know
advantage?
normal and climbing rolls. That makes a lot more sense. Yeah,
Okay.
I'd say either would work though.
Quick question there. How many pittance did I use to get
Athletics
up
with a
there?
20. No problem. Roll the d20.
Cool.
And chances of error.
Ooh.
oh my god.
Chances of error are that.
me a
That's
second.
there.
Give me a second. The turtle flips. Oh,
Death.
Do a barrel roll.
the turtle thinks it'd be really cool to surf on a tsunami.
All right. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh boy.
the wall before you begins to crack as you look right in front of you, hearing not a stirring, but a rumbling. Through the cracks, you see bits of smoke starting to kind of billow out and water splashing on your face. But before you have much time to react, a large jet of steam and rock is going to shoot out of the side of this mountain and hit you.
Uh-huh.
What?
Nothing.
You succeeded. Take half damage.
What's the damage?
Stop fucking rolling your damage.
And
Hold on a second. I fucked it up. There.
Oh. What type of damage is this?
I believe fire, but let me double check just to make sure. Cause I haven't really. Yep, fire damage. There you go.
Okay, cool. In that case, well,
Perfect. So is that a quarter? Or full
yeah, that's a
reduced?
quarter. So 21 and then quarter that.
Take the damage well, and Viren. You reach the top as well. Only a minor error along the way.
Whoever's coming up the mountain last, can you untie and bring the rope with you along the way, please?
No.
Listen,
It's
we'll
assumed
handle
you do
that.
It's assumed you can do that with ease.
Okay, then sure. Then I do that.
Yeah, as long as you don't specify otherwise. I was already going to assume that was the case, but regardless, make a athletics or acrobatics check to try and ascend, then roll a d20. Concentration. Remove concentration. Oh, you already did,
That was from last session.
and you just removed it.
Yeah.
Athletics.
I'm just cooler. I'm just cooler.
These are some low rolls. Yeah, I'll say you'll suffer falling objects as well. Seeing as it's not a 1, go ahead and make a
Well,
dex
is
save.
he above or below where Wolf is?
It's assumed you're going one at a time. You're not just all fucking lining up together on this singular rope area to fall on one another.
You just drop little pebbles from the top. Like,
Oh.
Alrighty, a
dick
9.
move.
So, falling objects, falling objects, falling objects.
Oh, hey. Honestly, if we use the
3,
block
4,
and tackle,
5. Full damage from this. As a massive tree will, not massive, but a decently grown tree will fall down on top of you, managing to hit you in the back and force you to hug the side of the mountain. You don't take a lot of damage, but it makes you stumble for a bit. Thankfully, however, the block and the pittons that were set up are amazing assistance for making it to the top.
I have a quick question. If Wolf came up second, didn't he?
Yes.
Could I have used the block and tackle for everyone just to help assist?
I'd say it wouldn't, no. Not for the sake of it. We've already been through it, so.
Fair enough.
Regardless, though.
Mhm.
You all are now at the top. Thick foliage lies ahead, but you have a general clue where this temple might be. Especially you, Lucian, as earlier on you remember viewing this temple. Or at least of its location. So who would like to try and helm a navigation to reach this destination?
I mean, if I've seen it before, I guess I should probably do that.
Alrighty. Then you will be making your check with advantage. Make me either a nature, survival, or, for the sake of you viewing this before, intelligence check with advantage.
Oh my god, I forgot I had a fucking grapple hook.
The intelligence will just be a general, how well you can recall the terrain.
Okay. So, is it an intelligence and then survival or nature, or is it survival,
No.
nature, or intelligence?
One of the 3.
Okay. And in that case, I'll just take survival.
Alrighty. 5. You are keen with the topography at this point of this island and neighboring islands to it. The jungle's no stranger to you now, very strangely enough in its case. And without much effort or trouble, your group reaches the temple. In the distance, you see this massive, kind of a similar cleft or mountainside area, but not quite as tall as the previous one before, as it does seem that there's a lot of climbing and maneuvering as your group's trying to make it through here, as you are moving up the side of a massive, colossal shell. But at the peak, you see this a little bit of fog rolling over the top of this island, obscuring a large part of your view. Stone carved out temple that seems to have a maze disc on the front of it where a door, you imagine, would be. In the center of this maze appearing a empty slot, but nothing you can make out specific details of from this far away. And obviously, alongside the temple, you see Lascalar and Kaldos, currently facing towards the door, not noticing your group as you are quite a distance away. I'd say 30 feet through heavily obscured smoke, just looking in towards them. Here's some brief mumbling, but you can't make out sounds from this far away unless you really, really tried.
Mm.
Can I really try?
Make a perception check.
Normal, I'm assuming?
Yep. Unless you have a keen hearing. 16. I'd say that's not really enough to make it out.
Rats.
They aren't talking in heightened voices.
Oh, and I don't have anything I can use as a funnel.
Anyone else, or what will your group be doing to approach this?
Sorry, could you describe the area again to me?
A peak of a what seems like small miniature mountain, obviously being that of a dragon shell. Trees and thick, dense foliage all around this island and turtle, as you know it to be, having its own ecosystem. Carved into the side of this mountain cleft is a very obviously man-made stone temple with a massive maze disc representing where the door should be in a small indenture into the center of the maze. And then your old captain and his sea watcher or sea priest currently examining the maze, trying to figure something out that you can't quite understand.
What's the deal with the smoke?
Mist.
Oh,
This is the mother of
I'm-
mists.
right, yeah. I guess I will approach.
Second.
I approach cautiously.
I'm getting moths in my face, so I had to turn my lamp on the other side of my room, so they'll leave me alone.
Protein.
Lamp. Not eating moths.
You should.
Approaching with caution. You slowly walk up. I guess make a investigation check if you want to try and look for any signs of danger or trappage. Alright. Let me check something real quick.
Wait, you said investigation, not perception, yeah?
Investigation, but it doesn't matter. There, to your knowledge, is no arcane or physical traps of any kind, and it's a small, very short walk up. You approach. Does the rest of your group follow behind? Or does anyone want to stay back, I'll ask.
I'm good.
With no opposition towards approaching forth, you all
If
march.
you don't want to approach, please take a step forward.
Oh my god.
As you walk onward, it's, like I said, a very short distance. Eventually, Lascalar will turn around, Kaldos shortly following, soon as Lascalar just pats him on the shoulder. And you'll just hear through the fog, and he starts walking towards you. You finally all arrived. It's, no fighting, by the way. It's a pleasure we meet again.
We've already been made aware of that, yeah. Took us a little bit to get here on Zarum's old tub.
That's a lot to explain. However, I believe we should worry about laying everything out, getting introductions right once more out of the way. As I said, we have no intention of battling you here. We didn't leave off on the best of terms last time, as I'm sure you all remember. And we were hoping we could instead work together, seeing as now we are left with no other option. Given your clever, though seemingly desperate, capability to steal the second half of the key that we needed.
But to be fair, you were trying to steal it first.
That's a point, I suppose. And we would have
You know the
succeeded.
rules, finders keepers.
Well, let's just hope it still works now that it's broken in two. Never heard of a
I would have.
treasure being worth as much when it's broken.
Who did I? Playing farts. Who legend
He's
lord it?
standing 10 feet
I would
back at this
assume-
point. Lucian's the
I
only
would
person
assumed I
who can
got
cast
the half.
legend lore.
I would have assumed I got my half back. Well, technically Wolf's half.
Lucian. I'm assuming you would have returned it, but do you
No
say
reason
otherwise?
not to.
Alright. Lescalar will say, so, do we have an understanding? Do we want to work together to figure out this strange maze temple? I have some knowledge I can share.
I don't see why not. We might have our own knowledge to share with you as well.
It seems you do, seeing as you mentioned Zaurum. Right. In that case, come on, step up. Have you met Healed yet, by the way?
I
Oh,
don't
did you get
believe so.
yourself a new prayer boy?
Hmm?
Did you get
Oh,
yourself a new prayer
Heal.
boy?
Heal, you remember Heal to be the first mate, the orc back on the ship.
If I met him.
Oh. Peel. I thought you said peel.
No,
I don't know why.
fucking Peel.
Peel and
Oh, my name's Orange Peel the Pirate. Oh, you have
heal. Need a
to
little bit of P&H.
I have a natural immunity to scurvy.
Nope, actually really susceptible. I have it all the time. Either way.
That's why they call me
Shit, what
Peel. I
episode
have
of
to eat so
Flapjack
much to
is
not
this?
get it.
Either way, he'll say, understanding, yes? Reaching his
Well, we're
kind
here,
of hand up.
aren't we?
Alright, well, come on through then.
I'll shake his hand.
Shakes your hand back and says, pleasure to meet again. This time, hopefully we can work together instead of in a pose.
But to be fair, I was
Apologies.
trying to ask that last time, but we got a bit
Yes.
caught up in the moment, I think.
Yes, and I also admittedly wanted to make things a little bit difficult. Where's the fun in making everything easy?
So sure, always the one for theatrics.
Of course, but you gotta spice things up every once in a while, and I wanted to see how well you've grown ever since your departure from the anchorage. Which, speaking of, you mentioned the other captain, Zaurum. What? You managed to steal his ship? Bit of a smile.
Well, not so much steal as claim.
I believe those mean the same thing to pirates.
Well, potato, potato.
Go on, give me the details.
Well, the anchorage is no more to start.
His eyes kind of widen.
Eloc is
You think you can
probably
pull
a
a
good
fast
bit of
one
red
on-
meat.
You think you can pull a fast one on me after having been departed for so long?
Can I just like kind of throw an arm over his shoulder, like lead him to the edge and point to where the ship is?
You wouldn't be able to make it out through the heavy fog.
Yeah.
You'll just say, how... But really, what happened?
Well, we went to the anchorage.
Right,
Fucking
part of a
Zoram and Eloc were plotting against you.
Gathered as
Wanted to
much?
take out all that fun shit. Then we blew up the anchorage.
Blew up the anchorage. You see, you're doing it again. At this point, you're starting to make me think you're not joking.
Look, he offered me your position as one of our what you call it, and I decided to take him up. There's gonna be air quotes. I'm literally took him up on the offer, and he was supposed to be here with Eloc, but he's currently in his own brig. Let's see, what else did we do? Essentially, it's just you and me now.
Looks to the rest of your party.
Oh yeah, it's completely Ash.
Mm-hmm.
I'm honestly surprised you didn't feel the explosion all the way over here.
I... Explosion. You said they were plotting something. Did it have to... How did you blow it up?
Oh, it's a gunpowder they were going to use on you.
Right, I suppose that makes
How
a
else are
lot
you
of
go-
sense. That's very clear.
Or you also you're supposed to deal with an entire enclave.
Well, I suspected that the two captains would be plotting to try and destroy me in some manner or way, which is why I was hoping, when I talked with you last time, that you would be able to investigate the anchorage and gather what information you could. I knew they were
I
going to
did.
make some sort of offer to you. You're the closest person to me that they could try and corrupt. I was
Well,
hoping that we could work
To be
together to take
fair,
it down, but seeing as you've done it already, that saves me the effort.
I was going to tell you, but then things kind of accelerated at a pace normally reserved for horse racing. But, you know,
Don't hear a lot about horses out here. Well, that's it's a lot to take in, I suppose. I'll try and keep myself together with all that information. I'm excited though. Don't get me wrong. I'm giddy to hear such a thing. That
Oh.
easily.
you should have seen the look on Elok's face.
You
Oh,
kept
it was
all your
beautiful.
gunpowder in open air.
Well, I mean, yeah, I suppose that checks out. The only place that we had to hide the gunpowder was compromised after Jack here came through.
Look, it's not my fault. Things happen around me.
Well, I suppose Zaurum placed his trust in the wrong people. That's very strange. Zaurum usually isn't as open to collaboration of the sort.
But to be fair, I'm pretty sure he was going to probably hang me after anyway.
No, he definitely would have. I'm just confused at the fact that he even tried to work with you in the first place.
To be a bit more clear on the circumstances behind that, we've made 2 trips to the anchorage. The first time, it almost exploded without our intervention, and I put out the fires for them. The second time, we started the fires for them.
To be fair, we started it both times, but, you know.
I suppose
You started the fire last time?
I may have, yes.
Wow, that's,
You know, I can't say I'm surprised.
Huh.
But fire looks nice.
You know what? Now it makes a little more sense. You said that you started and extinguished the fire that was going to blow up their treasure room. No, that definitely would help Zaurum to trust you a bit more. Yes, anything that saves his precious treasure, I suppose.
Well,
It's
now
just-
it's all buried under the rubble.
A shame, honestly. Maybe there's something to salvage. I can't imagine that the entire anchorage went away with simple black powder.
No, I'm hoping to get there back myself and do a bit of digging.
Well, here's to hope we don't have any opposition when we return eventually. But I'm sure it's no opposition that's insurmountable. Regardless, that
I'm
Good to
honestly
catch
surprised
up.
you and me didn't do this sooner.
I wanted to, believe it or not. It was all a part of my plan at first. We were going to meet up and speak with you, however, any opportunity that we had to do so, you were, as you said, at the anchorage. Also, there was this massive long ship that came through when we were trying to link up with your ship that we saw sailing the edge of the island. Yeah, that was a bit of an issue. Luckily, our ship was fast enough to outpace it.
Are you talking about the giants?
It was giants, yes.
Oh, yeah, we came across them too. We were able to scare them off, though.
They hugged the shore of the island and they were heading northwards towards the port last I saw them. Anyone's guess
Can't
what's
imagine
going on
that'll
with
go
that?
well.
Nope, me neither, but it's not my current worry. Either way. So, now we're here. I suppose since you've already met with Heel, he's let you in on the information I was going to share with you prior.
Mm-hmm.
Right, so you know the captains had some sort of bargain going with a monster in the center of the island marsh.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're
Yes.
yeah, we're aware of that now.
Right, well, That makes things a whole lot easier. No need for long,
Oh.
drawn-out introductions or anything.
They were going to sacrifice you to it. That's what they were going to do.
Ah, that makes sense. I guess everything has to just make sense now. Wow. That's
I
a
mean,
lot.
it's as well some of the weird shit I've seen on this island.
You did everything I was hoping to work together on completely alone. Made our job quite easy. We just have to clean up the pieces now. Starting, he just slams his fist onto the maze-like door next to him, with this. So,
I would like to inspect the door.
yeah, as you're expecting it, make a investigation check or intelligence. Last we met, I informed you of what lied within this tomb. I managed to search through
Ability
old
check.
callous... Yes. I managed to search through old temples, you see, to the god Ubteo, the island deity, who
Oh, that's sick.
precursored long ago. And what I was able to find was suspicion of a long-lost temple to the god here on this island that potentially housed his weapon. Though the weapon was a lot of hearsay and assumption as far as the rest of the churches were concerned. Seems like a lot of speculation. Regardless, it wasn't until I arrived here to investigate that I learned that this was related to Arameg in some way. I don't know how prevalent that is or how much it matters, but supposedly, if we're able to get in here using the mask, which I learned was the key after some poking around in the port for myself, we should be able to undergo some form of trial to get the weapon, and I was hoping all of you would... Well, rather, I was waiting for all of you to arrive so that we could go through this trial together, as I'm not sure that me or Caldos will be able to pass it. At least alone.
Was any of the stuff that Lucian, I think, with the legend lore, saw with the journal?
The journal wasn't able to give you any keen details on this. You don't have much information on this.
Well, I'll show him the journal and tell him what I do know then, regardless.
This is the Lord Brixton's journal, yes?
Yes.
Sorry, but this doesn't mean much to me, unfortunately. I mean, I appreciate that you're doing your own poking around, but this isn't... I don't think this is going to help us here.
Would I
To
recognize
be honest,
this
I
at
haven't.
all?
What? Wolf?
Would I recognize any of this, like, at all? Like, anything in particular come to mind?
Okay. This temple. Make a history check with advantage.
Okay.
I kind of
We're
hate how
littered-
the island.
Littered throughout Mesro were temples of this caliber. Obviously the maze iconography is, well, you know, it's a dime a dozen when it comes to Ubteo, given the labyrinth of life and all that. Specifically, this temple doesn't ring any immediate bells to you, and the fact that Ubteo had a weapon was a fact you weren't quite aware of in your current state. You aren't sure, but this definitely is a genuine thing. This isn't some imposter temple of any kind. This is real. You know it is. And the idea of a trial facing you seems all too much make sense.
Well, this isn't a fake, that's for certain.
I was hoping not.
I would be able to recognize it as such, and this is definitely as ancient as all the other ones.
Yes, there's a group of wizards that actually were here investigating the place. Suppose they didn't know they needed a key until we showed up. We managed to trick them and lure them into a bit of a trap, killing them, capturing one of them.
Were you able to get all of them?
That we knew of. Regardless, there's so few they shouldn't be a problem. Any that managed to get away would be foolish to return. Especially not knowing about us having the key.
I am gonna take the half a mask out.
Escalar pulls his half out and says, "Yes, this is actually... Just about to ask about that. You still have it. That's good to see. Right. Looks to you, Wolf. You said you're familiar with temples of this type, yes? And you know it's real?
Yes. After all, it
Would
is
you...
my culture.
You are something. Well... This mask, would you know how to repair it? It's a key of some kind to your culture's temple. Surely you must have some inclination.
Hand me both of the pieces. Let me take a look.
He nods his head and just a tiny bit reluctantly gives you the mask.
Okay, I would like to hold the two pieces together, forming the mask, and just take a look at it. Just see if there's anything I could recognize.
As you press the two pieces of the mask together, there's definitely a tiny bit of like static, just little strands of electricity that try and connect it when they get close to each other. But it doesn't seem to form or reconnect as easily as that. Making an examination of it, make an Arcana check with advantage.
Maybe you got to lick it.
Apologies, make this one normally.
Arcana check.
Yeah.
Alright.
Straight arcane check.
Man, the
You-
dice are not kind to me today.
You aren't sure.
Well, should
You really don't have any immediate clue what it could be.
Hmm.
Wolf, could you keep him steady like that?
No. Sure.
No.
Alright. No.
No! Pulls them apart,
Immediately.
throws it out into the sea.
Yeah. While you're holding him, Alicia will just take his finger and place it on the seam of the mask and try that.
Make me an Arcana check.
Wonderful.
This one's tricky. This one with disadvantage.
With disadvantage. Alright,
Yeah,
cool.
this is very
21.
tricky. Huh?
I
Oh.
get a 21.
Do you still have to roll twice with portents for disadvantage because it's rolling two
Nah,
dice,
you
or is
just
that just
pick
okay?
your roll.
That's a result. Got it.
Yeah,
21.
you just pick your
Jesus.
result. I can
Okay.
add guidance on top of that if you'd like it.
Sure, why not? You know, it might help.
Sure. Okay.
You might just enough. Ooh,
Yeah,
This
so
is-
24.
Someone really thought out this ability really well.
yeah, portents. That's portents. Hey, you know it works. What works works.
It works because I decide it works.
You
I
cast
am the DM
mending,
now.
and you were already assured of this outcome. You know exactly what you needed to do to piece this mask back together. As Wolf holds it steady, it's not as easy as it usually is to mend an object. This takes a lot of time and very exact care, even requiring you at some places to scratch off certain parts of chipped or damaged paint or wood. You managed to
process.
reconnect the mask together, but you feel that it still needs... It needs an arcane shock to awaken it.
Oh, Wolf, I have an idea.
Hmm?
I don't suppose you have any bit more of that blood you could sprinkle on it. Maybe that'll get you rolling.
Oh, that's more so my thing. I don't really know if that's gonna work for this, but I mean we could try it.
Tackle with electricity in combat. It's worth a shot.
Well, this is true. You know what? I will go ahead and activate my.
I'll buy you a new one when we get to town.
No, you're- I'm going to activate my Crimson Right
All right.
and kind of cast my hand in electrical energy and just kind of hold the mask and see if that does something.
Focusing all of your arcane talent and innate power that comes with being what kind of a creature you are with this much of a connection to this island. The already repaired mask. Roll the damage for the Crimson Right, please.
Oh, okay.
Just for kicks. You know, 3. You course the energy through it, and you feel a bit of a draw away from you, as if this mask is overextending what it's taking. Do you let it take?
Like overextending what, saying like he's taking too much?
Taking some energy from you.
Yeah, I'll let it.
Wop, wop, wop. Yeah, wop, wop, wop. Take that much damage in necrotic as the mask is going to pull from you. It's not permanent, if that was your concern. However,
Oh,
it hurts like hell. You feel your energy completely weakened. You have to go down to one knee, but the mask begins to glow again. No longer innate, now crackling with bits of rippling electricity.
Real quick, hold on.
The eye is glowing a green light.
Yeah, hold on. I gotta. Where is it? God damn it! I just had it. Yeah, gotta make a whiz saving throw real quick.
Ah.
Oh no! Oh god!
Hit me. I
Jack?
want you to hit me. Hit me.
Actually, yeah, Lucian would be closest to you.
Yeah, I would. I'm just kind of gonna keel over and just kind of slowly hand it off to Lucian. Take this.
I definitely take it. What else am I taking?
And then as he takes it, I stand up and fucking clock him in the face.
Make up, you know what to do.
Bring it on. Bring it on.
I'm not gonna hit you with the predatory strike. Oh, I have to actually because I'm enraged now.
You got?
I can take it. It's fine. It's fine.
A rush of anger and a bit of
23?
drawing from
Does
your
that hit?
past.
It would have. Not going to.
You really wasted a spell slot for that?
Yes.
Okay, fair.
Roll your
Forming
damage.
from
How much
energies
would it
drawing
been?
from your past, you slash out towards him.
I'm just gonna roll the damage just to see what it would have been. Yeah, 5.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
No.
Whoop, you full up on do.
Crimson right damage too.
Crimson right damage, and I could have attacked him like 3 more fucking times.
Well, do you?
I think it's only like just make 1 attack, I believe, but allow me to just make 100% sure.
Please do.
Yeah, move towards the nearest creature and use the attack action against it. Yeah.
Right.
If I have an extra attack, I can choose whether to use it or not.
Are
And I
you?
No.
Does it wear off after the first use?
After that, I kind of just gotta make another saving throw in a bit, or it'll go away after I heal or after a certain amount of time.
You guys see Wolf trembling and enraged. Does anyone want to try and heal him?
I'll use my healer's kit if no one else is going to, I guess.
Oh, that's not gonna work.
What do I
Any
do? Like just
takers?
plaster some mud on him?
Any takers? No? Well,
What happened? Sorry.
I'm currently about to beat Lucian up for his lunch money
Why?
do you want to heal Wolf?
because I'm enraged.
Oh, yeah, I'll heal him. My god. Oh,
Angie.
fucking
Am Angie.
off. Stop that. Help.
You are the help.
Stop it. Get some help.
Oh, nice.
Not bad.
Stop it. Get some help.
Is that enough?
Yes. I
I
fall
don't-
over.
Ain't got no heals in it.
I kind of fall over on the ground and kind of regain my composure, and I'll
you
look back.
Fall
up
to
at
the
Lucian.
floor, looking to your party members momentarily. At Lucian, you just see through him just a shadowy, angered, almost fiery form take his place for a split second before your vision returns to you. Everything seems normal once more.
You know,
I'm gonna
if I
help
hadn't
Wolf
seen you
up.
throw that hook from your own eyes, it probably would have hit me.
I would kind of just shake my head and stand up. Sorry, that mask hurt a little more than I thought it would.
Lascalar says,
Don't
and
worry
here I
about it.
was thinking you were making it look easy. Right.
Oh no, it's been a fucking struggle the whole goddamn way.
Are you all sorted? Is that done?
Should be it.
For the time being.
All right then.
Well, don't worry about it too much, Wolf. You can't control that.
Yeah, that's one of the reasons I hate when I am, but I'm working on it.
Kind of sorry I suggested that, but at least it worked.
It was the best option presented. It was inevitable.
Well,
All right.
you did it. What's next? That's the question.
I'll hold out my hand, Lucian, if you don't mind. I'll try this again.
What are you trying again?
I might as well see what works.
Are you talking about the mask? Because I thought
yeah.
we got that good.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna take it over to the door and see.
Oh,
what I can do
okay.
with it.
I was just gonna toss it to the last. Yeah, sure. Here you go.
I would like to inspect the mask again first. Now, after it's fixed, see if anything has changed.
Looking at the front of it, just glowing and shining, but turning it around and looking into it, you see what looks like almost a black void on the interior of the mask. Just a shining blue light, similar color to that of your electricity glowing in the eye slots.
Okay, well, the way that I see it, there's probably two possibilities for how this works. Either this needs to go somewhere, or someone needs to be brave enough to put it on.
I mean, isn't it your culture?
I mean, yeah, but I wasn't gonna, jump in the
Well,
way if anybody else wanted
you
to
don't-
try it.
You don't feel it would fit on your face.
Can I try to put it on my face and it just doesn't work?
Yeah, you try to position it on,
Okay.
but your face structure makes it quite tricky.
Let's just cover the bases real quick. The door. Is there a mask-shaped hole?
There's a hole. You aren't sure if it's mask-shaped. It's definitely not in the shape of this mask, particularly.
All right,
But it's big enough
who's
to fit.
volunteering to get DO'd?
Who wants to wear the crack mask?
Here.
Oh, you want it?
You
Well,
I feel like I have the most masks. You can have it.
you
though, if
want
you
another?
I'll hand Lucian the mask. I'll say.
Furious
Wonderful.
wearing strange masks.
Jack, catch.
You get the mask and then you toss it to Jack. Oscar says, "Are we playing past the mask here, or someone
Alright,
gonna?"
Well, if anyone's
fuck's
putting it
sake.
on, it's him.
I'm gonna go look at the
Fair.
hole, I guess, and see if it is either head-shaped or mask-shaped.
Like I said before, it could fit, but it's not the exact same shape.
Can I fit my whole ass head in there?
You don't feel the. It's like a. You don't feel that would be intelligent. That's
No.
not gonna work.
What have I ever done that's been intelligent?
You put your
He's
face
got a
up to the
point.
door and nothing happens. You just feel cold stone.
No, you idiot. Like, is it something I
I'm
would have
the
to?
idiot.
Never mind. Put the mask on. Fuck it.
Okay, you are gonna try. Okay, sure.
Oh, fuck it.
Does the kitten fry his face? Is the question.
You
Probably.
put the mask on, and as you get close to your face, let's say a few inches away from your face, you feel it pull onto your face. You
Oh, fucking hell.
initially try and pull it off, but to no much of avail, and your vision is incredibly heightened at the moment. Looking around, you see arcane scripture and syllable incomprehensible to you, carved throughout the walls, the stones, the ground around, as if someone just maddened scrawlings across the terrain here. The door itself, the maze, is glowing.
Well, Jack, what do you see? Well, first
There's
off,
a bunch
are you
of
alive?
floating gobbledygook. What the hell is all this? Even the fucking door is glowing.
You look
I'm gonna
down
go
at your
look at the
hand
door.
and you see it. Yeah, as you walk up to the door, but I'd say as you're doing it, you look at your hand. You feel a bit of warmth coming from it. In your hand, you see a blue glowing marble.
Oh, wonderful.
Decent sized sphere. In your palm.
Okay. Question.
Mm-hmm.
Is this reading the magical energy off of my wrist pocket?
Good point. As you look down your wrist pocket, you do see... What languages do you know?
He knows Goblin.
He barely
Fuck
knows
and
one.
all.
Any Sylvan, Elvish?
Nope.
Hold on,
Just
wait.
common and
Well, it would
goblin.
only...
I think.
This would only apply to him at the moment.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you don't... You see that there is arcane syllables inscribed on your palm or into this magical glove, but nothing you can understand. It's definitely in a language, just not one you get.
Gobbledygook.
Basic roots for enchantment magics.
What do you
I'm
do?
gonna use the paint to start drawing some of the symbols I see and see if anyone can translate them.
Okay. You'll
Okay.
trace the ones on the floor.
Well, around the door, actually.
Okay, got it. Tracing them down, there are symbols. Let me see what everyone's languages are real quick.
I feel like Cinder Wolf are the only ones that might be able to.
Lucian
Cinder
could
Wolf,
literally
what's that
just.
word?
Lucian's a walking fucking dictionary over here.
Do you draw the symbols on your palm onto the ground, or?
Might as well.
Alright. Cinder, you have Elvish and Sylvan,
Yep.
as a matter of fact. This language that he draws out that you see from his wrist pocket is definitively in Sylvan. These are simple words to you, but imbued with magical energy, kind of like arcane commands given to an object to let it do what it does. Pocket, extra dimensional, void, space, container, stuff like that.
Hmm.
Words that have
Since
multiple meanings, but powerful words.
Since I'm using the magic paint for this, does anything happen as I'm transcribing these?
No, nothing immediate.
Oh boy.
It's just a clever use of your paints.
Word.
Oh, fuck.
And I wouldn't recognize
Somebody's gonna
any of
And
these.
you speak Minotaur Wolf for some reason.
Yes.
Because
Guess what's at the center of a maze, nerd?
You.
There you go.
all right, buddy.
Okay, you know what? That's kind of good. I'll give him points for that.
Based.
Well,
I feel like
Speaking of
someone's gonna
Minotaur,
Folders.
step into
you
an interdimensional
understand-
pocket hole.
you understand the languages drawn out on these walls. Solve the maze, follow the path, pass the test.
Follow the maze.
Oh my pop.
Simple things that you've heard a lot in the past.
I would kind of like to just examine something for a moment because from what I understand, the maze symbol of Ubteo is different every time it's drawn. It's always changing.
Everyone's mazes are different.
I would like to take a look at this maze in particular on the door and just kind of trace something around, or like see if like I can figure something out about it, maybe. Like inspect
So
it
you
a little
begin
bit
to-
more closely.
Trace the maze towards the center, right?
Mm-hmm.
As you begin to trace it, anyone else may make an insight or perception check if they're watching Wolf do this.
Insider per what? Investigation?
Perception.
Can't tab in right now, but I will make one in just a second.
I'll wait for you then.
Oh, I was just gonna say, do I get any kind of advantage since I got the mask
Nope.
on? But
Not that
that's
beat.
gonna matter.
Not that beat.
Everyone is making dinner.
Anyone who wants to, we're just waiting for Byron to load in so we can get his before we go through.
I just yeah, give me just a sec. I'm just kind of trying
Alright. It's fine. Taking your time's fine. Cinder and Jack, 17 and 18. We're going good so far.
Oh, we're making perceptions? Sorry.
Yeah.
If you wanted to, investigate or insight or perception, choice is yours.
Sure,
Nerd,
no reason not to.
Nerd, while we're doing this, I just do have a question that I just realized.
Wow, nice. Yep.
So a couple of the other statues have masks on them, like the
Mhm.
one for courage and everything. Does my face have a mask that I can take off also, or is my head just like this?
Your head is just like that. You've only met one sentinel so far that's had a mask associated with it, and it was the Sentinel of Bravery.
Okay, I
I'm
just wanted to
sorry,
be
bud.
sure.
Your face just looks like that.
Well,
You
I'm
got a
sorry,
potato for a head.
What,
Yeah.
Wolf? What, Wolf?
sorry guys, I can't take my face off so you can wear it.
Yeah.
Byron, you're, as you examine it, not noticing anything strange. He seems to be tracing the wrong path if he wanted to get to the center of the maze, but he's tracing a definitive path. And the rest of you, who rolled 18, 18, and a 17, you would all notice that the path Wolf is tracing out is completely different from the path you would have taken to get to the middle. Sometimes he even cuts through walls in the maze,
Can I
ignoring
stop him
dead ends
noticing that?
completely. I mean, you put your hand up and stop him, but... Well, if you don't notice anything immediately. But you find your finger at the center of the maze.
Every path is different.
Right, and what exactly does that mean?
Means what he said. Bruh. Maybe everybody's thing is just different, so...
I believe that... This could just be a hunch, but I believe we each have to find a way through this door. I'm not sure how. I'm just kind of gonna really take a look at that hole that's just kind of vacant for a moment.
Can I try and put the marble thingy in it?
Here you go. Well, fancy that, huh? Wolf,
I kind of figured that, but that seemed to
As
really
you-
The
fucking
marble
obvious.
as you get this clever hunch, you watch Jack just look at his hand for a moment with the mask still on and just press his hand up to the door. Specifically the center. Jack, as you do, you watch the maze glow brightly the entire way through, solving itself as a light shoots out from the middle. I have to think for a second. I'm gonna PM you something, Jack.
Oh, you weren't expecting me to actually be clever.
No. This was not cleverness. This is exactly what you were supposed to do.
This was the intended solution.
That's the point. You were expecting me to do that?
Well, you did it, so I guess his expectations were correct.
Yahoo!
I feel like I'm about to get fried.
You
Or
are.
teleported. I'm either getting fried or teleported or both. If it is the
Answer that question in PMs.
What are your last wishes?
Oh.
What do you want your family to know?
My god.
Well, why you got nerd? You don't know. You know I don't do well on the spot.
Oh, I know. I know.
Oh, you're a
Consider
shit.
this practice.
The intention of this question is that you answer what you immediately are thinking. It doesn't have to be well thought out, just immediate thoughts. Maybe
Oh,
your
well, then this is
character
perfect.
hasn't thought about this any much, but this is... You gotta answer it now. You spelled equal wrong. Very
suck
You
wrong.
have
You can
no room
suck
to
my
talk.
crappy
You
education.
have
Sorry,
no room.
But at least I get close. He spelled equal. E-Q-U-I-L.
Okay, Will, it's like NyQuil, but online.
NyQuil?
What did you just fucking write?
U-I-L.
Shut up.
Need to get this man some NyQuil, cold flu, and autism. Jesus.
E-Q-L.
How about
Um,
fuck you? Just fucking. There's my answer. You
Alright.
dick.
A good answer.
It's okay. The cat's just a little dyslexic is all. That's fine. I can't spell so good.
I'll put it in fucking quotes after I get my reply to it.
Let's see here. Make a charisma saving throw, please.
The best kind of saving throw.
I'm so glad we gave the mask to Jack.
Yeah,
Woo!
probably a good thing.
You were very
At
convincing
least
to
for
the
this
door.
particular check.
Aren't sure what you did.
He didn't get
But
feeble-minded.
I don't fucking
You
know.
feel in your heart just a faint burning passion that gently, warmly fades from you. As it does, you see strands of magical energy falling from your chest towards the door.
Silence.
I'm listening. I'm waiting. Nerd died. He's dead.
Ow.
Remind me after this session to buy a new headphone cord, please.
No.
Fuck.
God, this headphone cord sucks. Either way,
Yeah, blame the headphone cord.
yes, when in the middle of my conversation, my headset went.
Skill issue.
All right.
Right.
All you had got out was
As the arcane energy, as the arcane energy falls from your chest towards the door, you watch a starry black void take up the space of the maze. The maze vanishing. The rest of you don't see this.
Wolf.
The color shifts
I think-
and turns into a green.
I think I might have opened it for at least for myself. Maybe I don't know.
Oh, well, that's good.
Oh, I hate magic. What the hell is this?
Oscar says, if the doors, can you open it up for the rest of us?
Like Wolf said, I think everyone has to do their own, but I'm not entirely sure. If I step away from the door, will it remain open for me?
Yeah, the void's still there.
I think.
Wolf, try putting your palm to it, see what happens.
I'll put my palm to the center of the door, and you know what? While I do that, I'm going to relax and calmly activate what was it? My
Namaste.
my natural hybrid form, because I'm not enraged, so this is fine. I'm just gonna activate that and just kind of let the blood magic kind of flow through me a little bit.
Fucker's opening his inner
The
Kai.
Crimson Rite already taking effect through you, meaning that I get to ask you this question as well. Everyone gets their own.
Everyone gets one.
Wolf, PM's immediate answer. Oh, I ignore that this says Jack there.
Okay.
Shut up. Am I good to post my reply now, nerd?
Nope.
Alright. Well, I'll...
Tell you when.
No posting. Ever.
I'm gonna put it here so I can grab it again. I'm not gonna lie, that'd probably give Jack a little bit of anxiety. He doesn't like magic.
That is unfortunate.
Well, he doesn't like weird magic.
Make a Christmas save, Wolf.
That is all magic.
Christmas save?
Mhm.
Okay. I don't know how this is gonna go.
Gives him the heebie-jeebies.
10.
Good luck. I sense a pattern.
Might be something to you. Hmm.
You stumped them.
It's good to make the DM think. I like it.
You hear that whispered into your mind. As it's whispered, you feel and see in your own light the maze half solved.
It appears I still have much to go through before my journey is complete. I will
Anything you want to
just,
try?
I will think for a moment,
What are you
and
focusing
then
in on? Oh, go on.
I'm focusing in on my inner thoughts. And
Good.
do you want me to PM this, or
You can say it aloud if you wish. Up to you.
I'm going to focus in on my inner thoughts of everything that's happened in my life, and he's going to focus on like his like it's all going to come together to Ross, like the memories of Ross and his hatred for him and everything like that. But and like the vision's going to go red for a moment, but then I'm going to take a deep breath and I'm going to relax, and then that vision's just going to fade from my mind.
Well, as you focus on remembering those visions and you feel the rage fill you, I need you to make a history check with advantage.
Okay.
Oh,
Nice. You only remember faintly what Ross was like, and even then, you have so little information apart from what you've heard from other sources. It's hard to remember this, but the more you focus in on it, especially here, the more you feel a pull towards the view. At first, you see a devilish, hateable face, but eventually, you see a strong warrior, not too dissimilar to yourself. A feeling you try and push away is there's a slight comfort being around this figure that pushes through the hatred, and a single memory or word that enters into your mind. Single sentence, rather, sorry. There you go. And you watch the rest of the maze solve itself and the door open. The face of Ross, the exiled Bara, still lingering in your mind, unable to be forgotten. For now, at least.
I'm gonna step through. Do I just phase through the door when I do this?
Yeah, the rest of you guys just watch Wolf walk through and vanish.
Can I?
Well,
Once you enter in, Wolf, there's no way back out. For now, at least.
Okay. Can I say something before I walk in? Like,
Sure.
then?
Yeah, you
No.
can say something before you walk in. It's like...
Yeah. I'll just look to the rest of you, and I will say, you must come to terms with yourselves, whether that be the truths you can or cannot accept. That's the path. And I'm kind of just gonna instinctually walk forward.
Big
well, good luck
boss.
to you. I'm gonna follow him.
Okay, yep. Yeah, you. And as Jack enters in, the rest of you watch the mask clamber to the ground and fall behind him. Lascalor says, so, yeah, they just walked through that door.
Yeah.
Whatever. No, pick up the mask.
No, alright, I was gonna ask if you wanted to... Sure, go on ahead.
Yeah. I got nothing to regret this, and I'll put it on.
You put on the mask, and as it gets close to your face and begins to magnetize on, you feel a hissing burn, feeling of discomfort and fear momentarily. Make a... Actually, you haven't touched the door yet, but as you finish putting the mask on and you see precisely what Jack sees, but the light this time in your hand is a bright purple, you Now, don't feel that connection temporarily. Or at all. Aren't sure how long it'll last. It's discomforting.
But I guess with the purple rock in my hand, since it seems like
Purple light, yeah.
purple white rock, whatever
Whatever works.
thing, I'll raise it closer to the door.
Press the light into the center of the door. You're getting the question, PM2, Let me get the right name this time. This is a question you've had
He
a bit
too
of time
is
to think
Jack.
about. He is not Jack. Right. Here's a loaded question. Have fun. And I know this answer can vary for you. Give me a little bit for both. If you
Yeah,
know
I was
what
gonna say, can I get 2 answers?
Yes, you can give 2 answers to this question.
And I'll just abbreviate. I'll just abbreviate alignments for the sake of it.
Please do. And I suppose this goes without saying, but I'll just say it to the rest of you. Obviously you don't know the fate of your compatriots once they enter until, well, the conclusion.
Yes. You know, it's not always about finding the path. Sometimes it's about the Mets, baby.
Oh my god. It's
Baby,
about
the
Mets!
Mets! Baby.
Everybody goes through the door, and we arrive at a Mets game.
Yeah, baby.
Woo, yeah,
It's not
the
about finding.
Mets!
Go Mets, love the Mets. Get a home
See,
run. Let's go.
Teona, Serac,
Yeah,
they're
Yeah,
Mets.
they're both. There's like, my child. It was never about finding your path. It's about the Mets, baby.
You found your path to the Mets game. Woo!
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yo, my new best friend here set me up with a portal to New York Stadium.
God.
There you go.
Beautiful. Make the charisma save, please. Well done.
Right, yeah, 16. Am I dead?
Hold on, I'm
Alright.
typing to you.
Okay.
Am I dead? Oh my god.
Am I dead yet?
Did you kill me?
Does the mask burn your face off?
Maybe.
Ark of the Covenant type shit.
Now, do we
We're
have
not
to
dead.
put the mask on? Because Wolf didn't have to put the mask on.
It couldn't fit
Wolf
me.
was the exception.
It's not my size.
I'm just
He
asking.
is of this island's nature, so he's very
Okay.
very well to do it himself.
I got the Bluetooth speaker implemented.
Whenever Wolf books at Oogtail Airlines, he has to get 2 seats.
Nah, they just throw me in the luggage at the back.
You hear that whisper in your mind. You see the maze before you complete itself and the void open.
Right. I guess I'll enter in.
Alright. Walk in, mask falls to the ground. Oscar will just say, "So, who's next?"
Flip a coin, Lucian. Flip a coin. You have a coin.
Hey, no need. We have a perfectly good NPC here to make go first.
And both of you look towards him. Fine. You know, if this was a trap, then would have worked out pretty good, huh?
Yeah, you already got a couple people going first.
Exactly. Good thing it isn't. You know, reluctantly pick up the mask and put it on. Looks towards the center, presses palm in, and he is an NPC. So, without giving him any, I don't need to type to him, I know how he thinks. He just pushes through and the mask clamors. Kaldos is going to say, "I'm going to keep watch outside of the temple and make sure that no one sneaks up on us. This is not my path to walk. So good luck."
Yeah. Alright, Cinder,
Right
you
back
want
to
to
the
take
ocean.
up?
I returned back to my earlier sentiment of the coin flip, but you know, if you don't want to go first,
If you want to flip a coin, we can flip a coin. I don't care.
Sure, okay. Here,
Hey,
I'll do it.
I'll take 2.
Wolf and everybody else is just sitting in the
Alright.
void eating chips.
I'll flip the coin for you guys.
Okay,
So,
okay.
Lucian called 2. That's not what I want to do. Hold on. 1d2.
There you
There you
go.
go.
Fucked it up.
Nailed it.
Alright,
Fucking
well,
hell.
mask time.
I love that. 2.
2.
I've decided for you.
Now 1d2. Yeah, 2d2.
The path is
2.
set for you. There is no absolution.
Thank you, Primus.
This whole time, all I've been able to look at is just the cat island.
Lucian,
I love
you
it.
put the mask to your face. A light blue ball in your palm.
And in the door it goes.
And in your PMs, the question goes.
Wowie zowie.
And Cinder, I'll put this question in your PMs now just so you can think about the
Okay.
answer before it gets to your turn.
It's gonna be something really dumb. Like, what's your favorite condiment?
What's your favorite color?
Yeah, that's what it is. That's why it took so long. I had a heated debate about the validity of Cranch with Nick.
Somebody said mayo.
I might be worthless, but at least I don't eat crunch.
Finding
I used
Finding
an
your
S
Oh
in
path.
that.
my
You-
god.
there.
finding your path in life is thinking you're a ketchup guy, but really you're a honey mustard guy.
Oh, I can't.
Nah, dude, the sriracha ketchup.
Okay, yeah, you kind of got me there.
Mm-hmm.
I literally put that shit on everything.
Oh, that's good. Even on shit you don't put ketchup on.
Yeah.
I'm still waiting for my
I
DM.
fucking put it on a grilled cheese sandwich.
What?
It was delicious.
Is it in my DMs? Oh no, okay, gotcha.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, Lucian?
Uh-huh.
That what he thinks?
Am I wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Motherfucker just got
suppose there-
Viva La
is there a
Vida playing
more-
in his head.
Is there a more immediate thought going on in
Yeah,
there, or
I got you.
that one's a bit of a vague answer. That answer is nothing.
To be honest, I just wanted to see if you'd take that one. I do have another one.
Thank you, fucking bastard.
Totally not loading Minecraft while I wait for you guys.
Toodly. Tots, bro.
Oh.
Bop, bop, bop. There you go. there's a legitimate one for you.
All right. Charisma save, Lucian.
Right, charisma. You know, I just remembered what my charisma modifier is. Oh wow.
Here you go. Here's my very easy
9.
thing to answer. Good question. How dare you make me eat more chips? I'm gonna become a fat ass because of you.
Fuck you, I'm doing that for me too.
You're probably
Where's
a fat ass
Twitch
too.
now? Props
Bitch, I'll have you
karma.
know I only weigh
Connecting to
220 pounds.
chat.
Stop! No, no more chips.
It's on cooldown. You're lucky.
Give me water, you plebes.
You know
You
what? No.
Hear the voice
Fuck
enter
yeah.
your mind and whisper that question to you, and
God.
the gate is open before you.
No water.
Yahoo!
Infinite dry mouth.
Infinite.
Do you
Infinite
enter
dry
in
mouth.
after hearing that?
Yeah.
All right. You enter in without hesitation. Sender. Garucha says, "Welp, your turn. Good luck."
Yeah, I saw the others do it before me, so I'm just gonna do what they did.
Should I, you know, assuming none of you really walk out of there in, like, a day, who should I tell about your deaths? Disappearances. We'll be optimistic.
What are your last rights?
I guess Blair Porter and I don't know, Volo or something. That audio!
Don't tell Volo. He'll
Don't
take our
tell
names out of the book.
No, my name is going in that book. I will haunt him. I will
Lyra
fucking
Porter
revive.
or Volo. I know who Lyra is, so we'll do that. Good luck.
Okay, bye.
Fucking
There,
Volo.
Dad. Yippee!
You put on the mask. Red flame glows in your hand.
Ooh. Birdie.
Press it to the door.
Yes.
As you press it, the question is asked, and I get to read it and answer.
Hell yeah.
Make the
That's so
Christmas
fun.
save.
Christmas Day. Okay, well, let me grab my sheep. Yes, ma. Are your sound alerts broken? No, I literally fucking heard it, Gareth.
I was wondering if
I
you were
didn't
saying
hear
that.
play
That
through
makes
the
sense.
screen, fuck you.
I literally commented that sound alert was so perfectly timed.
Okay.
Bird. Ability check?
Yep. No saving throw.
Saving throw? 16.
Right. That's what you hear, and the gate opens.
Okay. I go
Walk in.
Yeah.
Everyone is in. So,
Hell yeah.
now I get to use these charisma saves, rather.
And gets to see how fucked we are on a scale from yes to yes.
Very.
Alright.
Last are making it in too, I'm assuming. Can I post my quote now?
You all know the questions. If you want, you can, but it might get revealed anyways. Okay, well, fucking that didn't take long at all. Oh,
Oh,
fucking
would
you
you look at
will.
that? Wow.
We'll start with Lucian, as you rolled the lowest.
Yay.
Lucian, as you enter into the dark void, around you, a familiar sight is blistering snow, a memory haunting to you as the landscape, though covered in a blanket of white, is very familiar to a dream you had not too many months ago. Nothing but possibility forward.
Alright. Well, I've conquered that demon for the most part, so in we go.
You confidently stride forth.
Yep.
As you walk forward, before the journey felt like it took hours. Now it feels it only takes a few minutes before you crest over top a hill, and through the deep snow you see a cave. A fire outside of it lit. Very similar to what you saw before.
Well, in we go.
You approach the cave, and as you do, the snow begins to die down, and the blizzard completely stops. The blanket, you press through, but you don't feel yourself... You don't feel the snow being as oppressive. Like, your legs don't sink as deep. It doesn't slow you down. You walk through it with stride, and the fire, as you reach it, is just laid out on the ground, and the ice around you is beginning to melt. The cavern itself, not having any depth to it, you can easily see the back and entrance of it from here.
I'll just have a nice seat by the fire.
Take a sit. Staring into the fire. Around you, without even noticing, the air begins to grow warm, and the fire begins to dim. You look back up again once it's nothing but smolder and charcoal, and you see all the snow and ice completely gone, replaced with lustrous Feywildian foliage, the chirps and sounds of nature surrounding you, beautiful and, well, like nothing you've ever seen before. A part of your homeland you didn't know existed. Yeah, here it is. And a deep, tangled, colorful
phone call.
forest ahead of the cavern. The cavern itself, as you look back, completely gone, replaced with a mountainside. Just the entrance is plugged.
Well, standing up, I'll head straight into new territories.
You stand up and march forward into the forest. As you walk forth, you see around you, as I said before, sights untold, but people. You can't quite make them out, but you hear voices through the trees. You press through to listen and look. Multiple voices, multiple directions.
Sure.
You peer through the first, and as you do, you see, as to be expected, strangely for you yourself, they seem older, but happy, almost retired. Sitting calmly, looking out towards a serene waterfall that seems to defy gravity. It's strange, as it just seems to float through the sky. But they're just calmly enjoying the scenery.
Alright. I'll back away a bit and look around some more.
Peeking through another entrance, you see a version of you lost in a snowstorm, but no, not lost. Maybe at first glance. They're confidently striding through the storm as the storm obeys them. Ice bent to their control. There's a sinister glare in their eyes, but a confident one nevertheless. They have a goal in mind and power by their side.
After that, backing away again, he's gonna walk towards somewhere where there's no voices to be heard. His own direction.
Perfect. You focus for a bit around you, the voices. It's hard to find a location like that. Make an investigation check. You feel around, look, listen. You find yourself having to witness at multiple points multiple versions of yourself. They've all achieved something, but it doesn't feel like it's your success. It's discomforting and strangely painful. We'll get to the effects of that once this ends. However, eventually, through poking around, you find a path that's empty. You march through. As you do, the forest shifts and fades, and the sky starts to glow with twilight. Not quite dark, not quite night. This twilight, or through the thick foliage overhead as well, you see a single beam of light that shines down in the center of a beautifully colorful grove. Do you look down to where this light shines?
No.
You see a stump. Atop the stump is what looks like a pickaxe, made of different natural components, something of beautiful craftsmanship that you've never seen before in your life. Almost looks like it was made in the Feywild. It's bound by vines, but through these vines grow beautiful, multicolored flowers that waft a serene scent.
Well, yeah, no reason not to. I'll try and like pick it up.
You walk over to the stump, grab the pickaxe, and just pull a little bit. As you touch it, though, a voice enters your mind.
Diggy hole.
To choose one's own path is difficult when you can see every path laid out before you. Your destiny does not lie with others, but with yourself. That being said, your destiny does not lie with me. You begin to walk your maze, and through perseverance, perhaps one day you'll find your own path. For now, however, I'll assist you in finding the end, or at least a way towards it. You see a path with a light shine up behind you through beautiful grove-like foliage, and then you see on a tree a door form made of simple wood. Pick the direction you please. you see the obvious light shining you towards the direction that the pickaxe is telling you to go.
Yeah.
Suggesting for you to go. And then this gnarled wooden door, which seems to be carved into the side of a tree.
I'm trying to parse what that door is in my mind. I think I'm gonna pass on the door, probably. So I'll follow that trail of light instead.
As you follow the trail of light, you enter into this beautiful grove. But eventually, the light fades, and you find yourself lost in the tangles. You hear the voice once more. Perhaps you do still walk someone else's destiny. Keep this lesson to your chest. Find your own path in life. For if you don't, you might never know what it is to be free. And with that, the vines begin to wrap around you and drag you to the ground. Find yourself sinking into the, well, as it was previously dirt, now mud, as the earth consumes you. And you find yourself waking up on a different part of the Turtle Island. Not close to the temple, but not sure where you are. What are your immediate actions, I suppose, as you awaken?
Well, that's problematic. Height. Tall place up there, please.
Alright. As you begin to move tall, you have a bit of a detriment to yourself now. Typing it to you.
Lose 25 max HP. Ugh.
Oh my god, that would suck.
Oh.
The reason this feels targeted is because it is.
Oh my god.
You know what? At least Nerd isn't the kind of guy that'll play it off or try to stab you behind your back. He's just
These
like,
are
no,
all-
I fucking
These
hate
are all
you.
these are all very targeted.
I don't need
For
I don't need the fancy toys to make you feel pain.
I just need
Oh
to
my
turn
God.
one number to a lower number.
Hey, take the path of your own choosing next time, loser.
Why don't you handle
Anyway.
a destiny that can? Why'd you get a destiny that can handle the neutron style?
Next on the list, rolled lower. Wolf, you rolled pretty low.
Woo! Yeah, I did.
Hell yeah.
As you walk through the void and the darkness surrounds you, you find yourself walking out of a clearing into the jungle of Shult. Recognizable habitat. You see a dark war camp built into the jungle around you. Blue triangles painted onto many of the surfaces around this area, an undead shambling as far as the eye can see. One massive tent standing at the middle of them, regal and royal in its own right. Light coming out of its entrance, but you can't quite see inside.
I'll make my way towards that then, I suppose.
Walking through the camp, the undead will occasionally shamble up to you. How do you react to that?
I'm gonna ignore them. Just kind of keep walking and brush past them.
As they walk up, they begin to form a path around you, almost. Kind of like your own choir of wicked angels leading you towards the destination you seek to walk. They just stare at you. Looking at your hand, you see a blue triangle drawn onto it. Close it to avoid looking at it for a moment. You're at the entrance of the tent. You enter in.
Yep, I will you'll kind of see like the lights on me flicker red for a moment before I just calm myself and walk inside.
As you find calmness and enter in, you see standing at a war table the Bara which you recognize. He's an imposing warrior, all things considered. The old Nisi. The clothing he wears regal and gold. That befitting royalty. Royalty he knows he is. He stands with confidence and stride with a blackish blue triangle upside down drawn onto his forehead, long flowing hair heading down. He looks up to you. Both of his, I'll say, pupilless at the moment eyes. They won't understand the path that we walk. But it's the path that must be walked. This voice not seeming to fit the form whatsoever. However, the time to turn around is long past us. The Shadow will know our vengeance. They will know Teo's light.
There is always another way.
Looks up to you momentarily. Come again?
You said that it's too late to turn back. You're wrong. This doesn't have to end with bloodshed.
He seems confused. Very confused. What is the meaning of this? You speak strangely.
What is the meaning of all of this? And I will kind of open the tent to just kind of show all of the undead outside. Just why go this far?
Perhaps this conversation is the side effect of my choices. I'll humor whatever this is. You ask me why I go so far, but why would I not? Ubteo gave us this island. He gave us our power and our seats. Why would I not be willing to go as far as I need for him? For my people. For our people. Corpses line the grounds of this jungle. Why not put them to use? Traitors one and all.
Are you so blind to your duty that you do not see the harm that you are causing around you?
No. I see my duty. My duty is to defeat the traitors. I'm just the only one who's willing to do whatever it takes. The other Bara have yet to see it, but perhaps in time they will know their light.
I understand what you're trying to do. You want to protect this place. You want to do what is right for our people. But is this really the legacy that we want to leave behind? Is this what Ubteo would have wanted for us? To be warmongers? Murderers? To see the people around us, no matter who or where they are from, just uprooted as tools and nothing more? Not even given a choice? He'll kind of just see like the lights flicker red again for a moment.
What Ubteo wants is for us to walk down our own paths. My destiny is obvious. The other Baras cast me out for even suggesting my plans. They knew it would come, and so do I. It's inevitable that I'm to walk this path. So I'll walk it with confidence.
Ross, I believe you were an honorable man once. You did right by our people. You cared for this place. Don't-
Enough. This has gone on long enough. I don't know if this is some sort of trial or test. But I'm not going to let it distract me from the real goal. You watch him pull up jagged, bloody crystal from the table. He holds it up to you. You look within it. Make a wisdom saving throw.
Ugh. 10.
Whatever influence has overcome you, let it leave. I need an advisor who sees things the way I do. You feel yourself begin to lose control. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna just
Roll
kind
for
of try to resist it, kind of just slowly clench my face, just just do anything I can to just make it stop. Resist as much as I can.
As you try and fight it, you see the hand holding this crystal and the form behind it begin to wither. Blisters forming all over the body, hair slowly starting to fall out. Eyes, where whites might have previously been, now filling with black. It crawls up the face. You see the legs beginning to turn into a serpentine tail. It's time we march on Omu. Make right what is necessary. This, as you hear that, it makes absolutely no sense to you, considering he was speaking of Ishidao and they had nothing to do with Omu. But you have potentially one last thing to say before it fades.
I'll kind of look back up towards you or him and I'll say, you have made your choice, and I have made mine. Just know, whatever comes next, I do for the good of all. I will stop you, even if it means I have to kill you.
Get out of my head. And with that, you feel yourself black out momentarily. You find yourself in the tent once more, exactly as you should be, fully in control. In the center of the tent, however, on the table, you see a war pick. It doesn't appear to be made of nature, but to be made of jagged, rusted material and wood, almost like the pickaxes you remember seeing in the Wormheart mines. This is a tool of war, caked with dried blood. Rotten metal.
I will go and pick it up for a moment.
Touch it. Doesn't leave the table, but you feel a voice enter your mind. Is this what you had in mind? Is this what you thought you would see?
No. Whatever hope of that man being good again is gone. I really will have to kill my creator.
Not all destinies are absolute. However, I recommend you savor the feeling of unknown, for nothing is ever as it seems.
Perhaps. I'm going to pick up the pick and just
You
kind of
find yourself unable to lift it.
appears that my hands were meant for something else.
In your old days, you were a weapon. As am I. Two weapons working together only spells a death. Walk your own way. Change your path. Or pursue it.
A weapon can only harm if it is made with intent to harm. I realize that now. I'm
Good.
going to try to pick up the pickaxe again, but gently this time. And I'm going to say, I may have been made a weapon, but I will decide who it harms and who it protects. I will be a tool no longer.
Perhaps. But until that moment comes... Until that moment comes, we will not be able to work together. As he says that, you feel your legs beginning to sink into the ground. I hope that by the end of this, I can see your path complete. You were created with a purpose. Defy it. With that, your consciousness fades and you feel yourself awake on some mysterious part of the island.
Ugh. I'm kind of gonna stand up and just kind of scoff to myself. I'm like, as much as I really appreciate the cryptic messages I'm being given all the time, it'd be really nice if I could just get a straight answer for once.
You start heading towards the temple.
Yep.
Alright. How'd you do? Charisma check for Jack's 20. Viren is 16 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. It's plus 9. Ooh, not bad. Cinder's a -1, so we'll go with Cinder next.
Oakley dokley.
Cinder, as you step through, you find yourself in a familiar place. The streets of your old home. Intact and as you remember it, but a ghost town, devoid of anybody. For you, ahead down the path, you see an amphitheater that now comes back to your mind, remembering plays from the past. The lights are on, and the theater is glowing.
I'll go over to it, I guess.
As you walk, the city and land behind you withers and fades, growing old, desolate, corrupt. Eventually, you arrive at the amphitheater. 5 seconds, hold on. My cat wanted out of my room. Arriving, you find the seats are currently empty and no one seems to be on the stage. But decorations are up and the lights are on. What do you do?
I suppose I will go to the stage and get onto it, I guess.
You choose to take the stage. As you enter onto the stage, you watch the seats of the crowd begin to fill up with Shawinga of varying caliber. They all look towards you as the ground around you begins to wither and crack. You see wicked, thorny vines growing up around you.
Can I burn away the vines and fly away from the amphitheater? I want to get a
Fly
bird's
up.
eye view of the city.
you fly up and shoot down fire. As you do, the vines on the theater itself beginning to burn away. As you look back up to try and gauge the position to where you're heading as you're going up, you see the amphitheater has been closed in by thick foliage.
Mm.
There's no way out. But the wicked thorns are burning away, and the Schwingas are cheering.
Is there a way that I can fix the ground? Or is it just cracking and there's nothing I can do about it?
I'd say the warmth from the fire seems to bring some sort of reconstruction. You
Gotcha.
recognize. Do you
Okay.
shoot it again?
Yes.
Alright. Firing off another blast, it strikes the cracked stone and you begin to watch the stone smolder and blacken, but ashes begin to get blown up from wind, and underneath you see a beautifully repaired amphitheater stage. The vines around the amphitheater that have now completely burned away, you watch begin to grow back greener, flowers blossoming on them. As they blossom, you see something exit from the vines, suspended above you. A war pick, reminiscent of designs you would recognize from your hometown of Omu. Schwing is all staring in. You hear a voice into your mind. A heavy task it is to bear, to witness your home crumble around you, and be given the task of repairing it.
It is.
Is it even possible?
It is. We just have to, get rid of the bad people that are currently inhabiting it and rebuild and give way for the remaining citizens to return and make it something, better than it was before, which I guess is symbolic in the fire as sort of the rebirth.
Through flames shall come rebirth. I like this mantra. Perhaps it shall guide you well. However, the task of removing the cancerous sore that inhabits this land is, well, some would say impossible. But it seems that you think otherwise. Face the darkness. Cleanse the land. Once the blight fades, you might be able to find a happy end.
Yeah, that's what my parents would have wanted.
Perhaps.
Go and try and grab for the pick.
You fly up and pull onto the handle, but it doesn't pull free from the vines.
Mm. Can I use my, what is it called? The weapon that was my father's that I had coated in adamantine to cut it out?
You cut at the sickle.
Yeah.
I mean, they're cut with the sickle, rather.
Yeah.
But it doesn't seem to break the vines. As it does, they grow back. The voice once more says, "Your path is still tangled. Clean it up. Maybe then will you be able to find freedom." Behind you, you now see on the ground a black orb of nothingness. Bits of wind and debris being pulled in from around it as it slowly drifts through the amphitheater. Burn away the corruption. Step by step.
Heard. I can do that. Word, bro.
All you do. As this orb is just sucking up bits of stone and debris around this amphitheater, tearing it to shreds.
Suppose. I'm looking at my spell list and stuff. Real quickly, dookly. Second verse, same as the first, I suppose. We'll just be a little bit of a badass, and we'll have Paul help us start blasting the fucking thing to high heaven with fire.
Utilizing your cannon, it grows close to the sphere, and you shoot fire in alongside Paul. As the light enters, you begin to watch a fiery orange fill the previous black space. Shooting as much as you can into it, it explodes. Fire encompassing the entire amphitheater. Slowly, the fire encompasses you. You find yourself awake on some desolate part of this island.
Hell yeah. It's fine with me. Suppose I have to find my way back then, yeah. Yep.
Yes. You see the temple. You begin to head towards it.
Yeah.
Alright. Byron, you're next. As you enter in... Nope, typing. 3 minutes. That's fine. Give me 1 second.
Break time.
I use the bathroom.
Powder.
Yeah, we'll take a short break as he is going to take a second. So,
Motherfucking 4-hour door.
how's your time to do so? Oh, yeah.
Yahoo!
I'll be back.
Yahoo!
Use the restroom.
Oh boy.
We like our 4-hour door.
Nothing wrong with a little
Damn,
door.
this door interesting as fuck.
I like it. That's good.
There's nothing wrong with a little door.
It's been pretty good. Yeah. I'll talk shit, but I haven't even gotten to my turn yet, and I'm fucking excited. Which role
I
was he
was
basing
nice.
these off of?
Probably your
The
charisma
charisma?
one. Yeah.
I was very nice to Nerd and did not use my portent on my charisma save.
And then he
Am I
probably
the
took
only
it
one
away
that got
from
a
you,
nat
so
20?
L.
I am. I'm the only one that got a nat 20. Oh boy.
Yeah, you are.
Fuck. The one time I don't want to roll high.
Congratulations,
Oh, no,
you
roll
get the
high.
sickle.
Rolling high is the objective.
They're just in the bathroom jotting down notes while he's taking a poop.
No, he would never.
Bet.
He doesn't know how to read.
Doesn't know how to read.
He doesn't know how
Man,
to
I really
read.
should not have gotten the big bag of Cheetos. My fucking face hurts.
No shit, Sherlock.
Did you just
Boy,
say
I'm
your
hungry.
face hurts from eating Cheetos?
I've been munching this whole fucking time.
They're fucking fucking chew softer.
They've been open for like 2 days, so they're a little extra chewy.
A little extra chew.
Then why does your face
There's-
hurt?
Because of more masticating.
You're mental. You're mental. How?
I'm hungry.
L
I don't care how
L.
hungry you are. How much force are you putting behind each bite? It's a Cheeto.
Yes.
You're not fucking hydraulic pressing a block of cinder.
Yeah, no, I'm chewing them until I can swish them through my teeth. No. They're a little dried out, okay?
That doesn't
Oh.
explain anything.
Shut up.
You've made it more
They're
confusing.
chewy.
It's not that chewy.
Oh my god.
Karma, you might have to mute yourself. I'm about to say some gamer words.
You are not gonna say any game.
Or you
words.
could just type them in the chat that no one can see. The group, the D&D chat, not my fucking channel. I will ban you. Type your slander.
Listen, share your gamer words with Frenchie.
I do. I got a few actually.
Bruh.
Don't worry, I'm not going into detail. Or no. Really?
Mhm.
Really, you're gonna pull one from there.
Yep.
All right, shit stain.
Is that what it is? It's just like that. It's like that.
I'm back. Oh God.
Truly.
The shenanigans of the Discord server, I learned.
Truly.
Christ Almighty.
Just know, everyone, if you follow Karma on Twitch, they'll follow you back. 100% true.
Sub if you would. What? In God's name! Evil!
Evil! You
Oh my
dare bring
God.
that in here!
What did I just
Yeah.
come back to? What the fuck is this?
Evil!
I'm back.
Evil!
Fucking
Why does it-
dying.
Oh, this sucks.
Evil!
Why does this exist?
It's there!
Okay, Byron? You!
Also,
You ready?
here, thank you, because Jesse Jack fucking posting garbage in chat. Here you go.
Alright, you ready?
Ready, Byron?
Yeah, I'm ready.
I'll make me
Thank
pull out
God.
the mustachioed man memes.
Thank God. Alright. As we get back. Entering into the temple. Around you, you're surrounded by darkness.
No more chippies.
You look around through the darkness with your dark sight, and you see cavernous walls, reminiscent of your past. Currently, you're so alone that it feels as if your thoughts are almost echoing in the walls around you. The thoughts of yourself and your counterpart.
Hmm. Just sort of keep walking along, dragging my hand against the side of the cave walls, reminiscent of how I would traverse in the Underdark, trying to get some lay of the land.
As you walk forward, a black sludge seems to follow you, keeping pace, stopping when you stop. But it's a cold reminder of your past. But one you walk away from. As you continue to press forward, you eventually reach a fork in the path. Two separate paths.
Anything I can notice about either of them? Any defining features?
Neither of them seem defined, but you feel yourself at an indecision on which one you should take. You fight yourself because it almost feels like it should be an easy decision. They're both obviously nothing special or just simple paths. They'll get you to the same destination probably, but you just can't choose.
Hmm.
You're torn.
about it for a bit, I guess, since there's not too much going on around and no real defining features on either of them. Normally, I remembered always to try to keep some consistency in the Underdark. But I don't know if this counts anymore. Guess I'll start walking down the right, dropping, if I have anything on me, just dropping coins, any defining thing on the ground to mark a branch in the path in case I wander back to it.
Mhm. You walk down the path. Slime no longer following you as you go. You still have to fight to go down it. Passing through, you continue to head down the wall, rubbing your hand across the side, or rather, gliding. Eventually, you reach a fork once more. The coins you left behind no longer there, but the sludge behind you again.
This is starting to feel significantly closer to home. Annoying. Alright, once more then. Drop coins on the ground this time. Thinking more about it. Sticking to what I said, taking the same right path once again.
Taking the same path. Fighting. Same verse. Back once more at the fork.
I still followed, assumedly.
Yes.
If I turn around and face it, is there anything bar its just existence? No.
Just
And
black sludge. No eyes, no mouths, as you remember it, just sludge.
shake my head and turn back towards the fork in the road again. I'm guessing it's going to have the same results, but let's just test it a third time, taking the right path again.
Right. You get the gist.
Alright, yeah. The fourth time,
Continuing to
take the
turn right
left
down.
path.
You head down the left path this time.
Significantly more frustrated seeming, having ended up basically, yeah, it really just feels like home, don't it?
As you take the, oh yeah, fucking does. Underdark some shit. As you head down the left path this time, you feel yourself disconnected. Lost. Without path. Without soul. Two separate voices will enter your head, but in strange situations. Down one of the paths is your chaotic evil self, and down the other is your lawful good at the moment. Disconnected. Can't hear each other's thoughts right now. Which one do you want to start with?
Let's start with lawful good, since I think that will be the much more conversation.
Alright. As the voice enters your head, you hear. Perhaps they both go to the same destination. But it's truly to be said that it's not about the destination, but the journey along the way. Both paths you take have such different outcomes. Perhaps they can reach the same end. But perhaps that ending won't matter if there can't be one unanimous goal. They say 2 heads are better than 1, but I feel that might be incorrect. As if you have a choice.
At this point, this is who we have to be. We have to help each other, even if no one else can. In a way, me.
The moment there is no we,
Yes.
only the selfish you. Selfishness is no sin.
Yet disconnected, and still, it really does make me wonder whether or not my input has, how much it's helped at this point, but I would not trade it for anything. Maybe there won't be any future. I don't know. At this point, there's a chance. Maybe I have to take it to see where it ends up.
Nothing is ever that simple, is it? If there was easy answers for everything, then there wouldn't be a maze to begin with. It would just be a bleak and shallow road. Wouldn't it?
More than likely. There really isn't any clear-cut answer. There's no magical solution to this, but maybe after all of it, maybe there is a chance for something. Maybe that's where the journey really begins. Maybe it won't be easy, but maybe in that hardship there might be a chance to make something happen.
Perhaps your maze has yet to begin. And perhaps what you said is right. Perhaps from desolation can be reborn glory. Or perhaps everyone's mazes, though unknown to them, are predefined and doomed to repeat themselves once more. Perhaps the only way forward in life is forward, and not to restart. Walking down the same road again and again. That's for you to decide, isn't it? So much power and such small hands. You aren't starved for choices. That's the problem. Too many choices. You see before you a path beginning to form that seems to curve towards the right.
Is that the only path in front of me?
Yes.
Maybe at the end of it all, maybe that is what I'll find. Maybe I'm not the right one to have been given this choice, but in the end, I don't know if I'm going to even be the one to make it.
We all... Oh, God.
Put my, at this point, left hand to the wall, looking towards the right path.
No matter who we are, how insignificant we may seem or feel, we all have a place in shaping destiny. Your road is complicated. Though whoever said it would be easy. I simply wish for you to be able to find the end of it. Hopefully, finding some absolution or goal within yourself first.
I'll start walking, but doing so I'll just, assumedly leaving behind the voice, say, I'd like to believe that there's hope in this. That nothing is lost yet.
That all?
Yeah, that's all I'll say.
As you walk off, you hear, "It sure would be easy if everything was black and white." As the voice begins to fade, you find yourself walking on the path. We get to the next form. The voice enters your mind. Your wishes. Grandiose. Power. To make such choices. Does that decision truly belong to you?
Maybe it doesn't. Maybe it belongs to no one, but at the same time, if no one is to claim the spot to make it, then why can't it be me?
The walls surrounding you. Can you see beyond them?
No, what would I even be looking for?
Isn't that the tricky part? You have not yet seen all that this world has to offer, yet you believe it corrupt, beyond belief. Your road has been straight and narrow, of your own volition. But every good maze deviates, and eventually yours will as well. Are you ready for that?
You make such a bold claim, yet maybe so. I haven't seen much of the world yet. Every step, every single stop on the way, the same patterns in different colors, different forms. At this point, who's to say that it's not ingrained into the very nature of the world? What right have people to choose that others should suffer?
Precisely. What right has one person to decide the fate of so many?
I seek not some fairy tale solution, some whimsical hope. At this point, I don't even know if I'd consider myself here a person anymore. I'm simply a means to an end that's been long awaited by some.
Long awaited by what now? Sorry, your voice cut
By
out.
some.
Some, right. Perhaps you may think so. But perhaps you're too narrow-minded at the moment to see beyond that. You don't even see yourself as a whole. You have yet to solve your own path, yet you wish to walk the path of others. For others. How can one make such a choice when they themselves are unwhole?
Even if that's the case, it's his strength is mine. Our strength is each other's. As long as I can trust in his choices to make, then I can do what must be done. And when it all comes to an end, then I'll be the one to make the choice.
Consider the words of this conversation going forward. For it might be what you need some point down the line. Nothing is set in stone and no path is black and white. I simply hope you can realize it in time. You see the path branch to the left. The cave bends.
Still dragging my right hand against the wall. Or holding it, I'll just think. So, whatever comes after this, if there's no salvation, then at the very least I can say that I've tried. I've done something and I've taken a step that so many others would never be willing to take. Even if it's a chance.
You walk into sinking sand, yet you hope at the bottom will be your stop. You continue down the path, the voice fades. Eventually, you're whole once more, but around you, the cave is straightforward and narrow. You have all your memories from this conversation from both forms in you now, and the caves around you see start to go slimy, slick.
Gross.
Yes. Very.
Just, I guess, keep going.
You trudge forward, but you feel your steps slow the more and more you walk. You look down.
Not yet, as long as I can keep moving.
You can keep moving, but you definitely feel that something is holding you. You keep
Grr.
walking forward.
I guess I'll glance at it.
Well, I'd say if you want to keep, you eventually would slow to a point where you basically are just crawling forward. As you look down, you see two slimy tendrils wrapped around your legs, holding you back. You look back up. These tendrils begin to wrap around your head. Do you let it happen?
I guess my question would be, besides just being girls, what else do they look like? Just shadowy, undefined,
Make
no.
a history check.
Ooh, where's that?
Way! With advantage.
Okay. Well,
Theater roll again. I should have said that before, but no, with advantage. Right, much better. The reason this is at advantage is because these are very, very reminiscent, if not much smaller, forms of the Demogorgon's tendrils. Wrapping around you and pulling you back.
I'll think about it and just sort of recognizing it, stop fighting and just let it pull me.
Fall to the ground, and you're pulled deeper within the caves. You find yourself awake at some part of the island. You're not sure where. You head back to the temple.
Sure.
Alright. Last but not least, Jack. Let me get to you. As you enter into the darkness, eventually darkness fades, and water surrounds you. You have to stop breathing, hold your breath. But you don't feel that you're losing oxygen having to do this. Coral and sand beneath you. The sea around you. But no surface in sight. What do you do?
Swim towards the coral.
Swimming towards a large batch of coral. The water doesn't fight you. Apart from plants, there's no sea life around. Eventually you reach it. You try and press through.
Yeah.
Make an athletics or acrobatics check.
Athletic, acrobatics.
Nice. You manage to push through with ease. Navigating your way deeper in. Eventually you find yourself sinking into the sand. You can't fight it, so you continue to sink. Eventually, when your entire body is encompassed in the grains, you feel yourself in a new kind of ocean. Darkness is all around you, stars glimmering in the void around you. Find yourself swimming in a spacey void. You hear a voice around you. Your path forward is an open ocean. For a sailor, no maze is straight and simple. The ocean is a mighty and endless mistress. Any path you take is the right one.
Okay. What?
Yeah?
So I can't fail. Whatever I plan on doing, I can't fail it.
I never said that the ocean was always safe. Where there is might, there is cruelty. But danger comes with the territory. Nothing is free.
Of
Nothing
course,
is easy.
nothing is free.
If you had the chance, and your path could be easily defined, would you walk it?
Where would be the fun in that?
Perhaps your maze might not have an end. It's tricky to navigate at the very least. However, you interest me. Go forward. Destiny awaits.
Just walk forward, I guess.
You pull yourself swimming forward. Difficult, but the astral sea is strange.
Can I
Feels
just,
like the
like,
ocean.
kink my tail and just corkscrew that shit?
Huh?
Just fucking spin my tail and swim through with
That
that.
doesn't work. But it looks very goofy in this very surreal and mental space. Perhaps
What? I have
making
no
this weapon,
balance in here. I'm fucking floating.
perhaps making this weapon doubt its previous decisions. But
You
nevertheless,
put me in a place with no up or down. What do you expect?
forward.
Just doggy paddling my ass through.
You press on. Using your previous athleticism check, you eventually manage to find yourself in the ocean once more as the starry space around you ceases to glow. In the center of a coral patch, coral growing up, completely surrounding you, you see a war pick. Its head is made of a green earthen stone. The closer you get, the more you see this green is moss. The stone cracked but surprisingly sturdy. The wood itself seeming to be a fresh branch of a tree, seeming to be grown specifically for this weapon's intended use. It's not bound or constricted in any way. It just lies there in the center of the patch.
There's a
I
tree
can
growing out of
see.
it.
No, well, not particularly.
Oh, so
The
okay, I
handle itself
misunderstood.
is not it's not like shaped or shaved wood. It's just still a barky wood that grows
Oh, it's
into
just a
the
whole ass
stone.
branch.
Pretty much.
Okay,
This is a very natural weapon.
all right, Groot.
It
let's
feels
go.
almost as if this is appeared by its own means and wasn't crafted. But you hear, both of our paths are an open ocean. Keep swimming. Try not to drown. I'll allow you to wield me as long as you're a free spirit. But never think that I can't decide my own journey, even when held.
So you're the weapon that Rascalar's been after, aren't you?
I am what many seek.
Hmm.
A guide through a narrow maze. But to me, every maze is an open ocean. It's ironic that you find me. But perhaps that's also just a part of destiny. As I said, for the time being, I view you worthy enough to temporarily wield me. Though I will not give you strength, your strength must come from yourself.
And you won't go and make things easier for me.
Depends on if I feel it, I suppose.
Well, as long as you don't take the fun out of the adventure along the way, I guess.
How are you so sure that the adventure will be fun?
Every adventure is fun. You have your hardships, you have your ups and downs, but at the end of the day, you still get to go back with your crew.
Shockingly, I like the way you think. Well, are you going to keep me waiting?
I'll get you as fast as I can.
What do you do?
Oh, see, like I could actually just take him.
Yeah, you could just fucking go and grab it.
I thought he was like a corporeal construct or some shit with all your
No, it's a
oceans
weapon.
and
You
shit.
got a nat 20. Take your damn weapon.
It's a
Alright,
weapon.
I guess another god-blessed weapon. Let's go. Give it to me.
Oh, God blessed, but very selfish.
I'm not trying to collect. What the hell? I'm collecting these damn things like gym badges.
You swim forward. You grab the pick. The handle begins to grow as you see smaller vine-like branches start to wrap around your arm. Do you fight it?
No, but as this is happening, I'm just gonna. Do you happen to count as finesse?
Oh, I'm gonna kill you. Oh. We'll get to the specifics after, you fucker. As it wraps around your arm, the material from the top of the war pick begins to fade and move down the branch. It completely encases your arm
Oh boy.
in an oak and stone gauntlet. As it
This
can
is-
freely form itself to a weapon at its own will.
I would assume this doesn't affect my wrist pockets.
This is on your alternative hand. You have the wrist pocket on
Ooh.
one of your hands.
The alternative. Technically, the gunpowder would be in my offhand.
You
But
have one single. The wrist pocket is a glove. You wear it on your right arm, imaginably. It isn't two gloves. It isn't both of your hands.
oh yeah, I suppose. Okay, my bad.
Of course. So, this weapon takes form in your dominant arm. And before you, the weapon says, break free from this binding. Shatter the cage. The pick forms in your hand into whatever weapon you choose it to be.
You
What's it gonna be?
said. You said what kind of environment am I in?
You're surrounded by coral. Caged around you.
Right. What about directly above me?
All around you, buddy.
Okay, yeah, then I'll smack my way out.
What weapon do you wish to be? Pick for this case, or something different?
A shovel.
It will not become a shovel for its own dignity.
But you don't know how coral works.
Maybe not.
Then.
Pickaxe! Woo! It forms into a pick. You take it up, head to the edge of the coral, and you see that it's dried and hardened. Do you strike it?
Yeah.
You strike it and it crumbles away, now appearing instead of natural entity to be stone. It cracks all around you and falls, and as it does, you awaken. Inside of a dark stone room, gauntlet on your hand, and the stone maze-like door behind you.
Hey, don't suppose you could just open the door? Seems it'd be a rather shame to try and break it down.
I have no need to hold on to this part of the past.
All right. I'll start hacking at the door, I guess.
You slam the pickaxe against the door, and as you does with a single strike, the stone crumbles and shatters. You see Kaldos and the rest of your party, including Lascalar, outside of the temple. The rest of you see the stone door just fall down, the mask lying on the ground in front of it. A pickaxe in Jack's hand form into a gauntlet around his arm. The rest of you are once again reunited.
I'm gonna, as I step out of the door, I'm gonna scoop up the mask and hand it to Wolf. I believe
Oh.
this belongs to your warrior family.
Thank you. I'll grab it and just kind of put it in my bag. In my bag. Voice crack.
It's fine.
Like zoinks!
We all get them.
I don't get any. I'm a perfect being.
Shut your poor
Dude.
mouth.
Dude,
Like,
fucking
yeah, I was
wait
gonna
till
say,
you
it's
hit
like,
your 30s and they go all over again.
Lucian,
nah.
this is why Nerd said what you got was targeted.
Regardless,
So Nerd, did we just become like the Green Lantern Corps? What the fuck is this?
What happened?
I mean,
So wait,
Or like
hold on.
the Power Rangers or some shit?
Everybody got something kind of different.
Yeah.
did you?
Did we?
Did we?
Did they?
I think that's what
I-
happened.
I don't think anyone necessarily got anything. No, you didn't all get a separate war pick, if that's what you're asking.
Okay, because like that's
The weapon
the one
decided
thing.
who it wanted to wield it.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm
Prize.
the only one with it.
Yes, there. Your fucking
Okay.
group doesn't have your Power Rangers go mega pickaxe.
Oh, so we can't form the giant Voltron no
You
more?
can't
Damn.
form
No,
the
we
mega
can. I just
pick-
gotta ride on your shoulders. We'll put Cinder on my head.
The lovable idiot is the chosen one.
Dibs on the left arm.
Sorry.
Jack, I will form whatever weapon you choose. Hairball. Or fucking yarn ball.
No, that's why I
This
asked
is
you.
it.
It's funny you say that. Because that's why I asked what was above me. I was gonna have it turn into a rope and climb up.
Oh my god.
All I know is rigging.
This weapon's regretting its choices every second you
Oh, we're doomed.
Regardless, Lascalar is just gonna look at you and say, well, did it... You walked out of it. Was it a success?
Just
Kind
gonna
of
hold up my
looking towards her.
arm.
That's not a pickaxe.
Well, it's whatever we were here for.
Can you remove it?
To be honest, I don't think that would be the wisest decision at this point. Seems to be some kind of omnipotent.
Is that voice? See. Color me impressed. And you're the one who walked out holding it. I honestly thought it was going to be that one, he points to Wolf.
Excuse me?
Well, you know, seem to have a connection to all this. It felt like it was correct.
I mean,
It's a
Fair,
little
but-
intolerant of you.
I don't really make those kinds of decisions. Upteo's kind of weird like that. His whole thing is everything decides for itself and finds its own way.
Yeah, he mentioned something about that.
What I'm more
Right.
surprised is that it picked him.
That's what I'm
Don't
saying.
worry, I'm just as surprised as you.
Well, at least as long as everybody is in agreement, then. So, what did it say exactly?
Lascalar says, do we want to go around and share personal experiences, or we just asking him? Points to Jack.
I guess we can share whatever anybody's willing to share. I imagine that was a pretty surreal experience for everybody, at least if it's if mine's anything to go by.
You're
Mhm.
just gonna see me take a hefty fucking pull from my flask.
Yep, that sounds about right.
Hmm.
Things have certainly gotten quieter after that.
Did anyone else get stuffed in a giant ocean?
No.
What?
No.
Excuse me?
I guess that
Oscar
makes
says,
sense with what you said earlier. Well,
Oscar said, I was in an endless brig.
Hmm.
gee, I wonder why.
Oh, it's anyone's guess.
And I'm assuming it all asked you a question as well, or whatever.
It did.
Hmm. Not that I remember. Well, to some degree. It's nothing particularly important.
Byron, as for you, you feel your connection returned once more. There's a calmness to it.
You said this is like a wooden gauntlet, then?
Wood and stone, but flexible. Moves with your hand.
This. Why do I keep getting all the magic shit?
You
I
don't
don't
get
even
all
like
of it.
magic.
You mean the one thing?
Got the 2 weapons at least.
2?
The dagger.
You didn't even get that dragon bait out there.
Yeah, but I still have it.
Never change, Lucian. Never change.
Factual.
I have no
In my
real use
defense, I
for
did try to
the
give it
weapon.
back to him.
Byron.
Yeah. So to be fair, I have no use for a weapon anyway, so it makes more sense for you to get it.
Well,
Now what the hell do we do?
well, I'm pretty sure we leave before Machado gets a bit more awake, probably. But
Speaking of which, we need to handle that problem.
Galar says, I have a few theories on why it might be stirring. Besides the obvious here with this temple.
And can you explain or
Don't
elaborate?
tell me it's hungry.
Well, no, I mean, not hunger. Rage. You see, Heel told you about this, but there's some sort of creature on the island. It's not
Yeah,
natural,
the land octopus.
sure. It's not natural and it shouldn't be there. And I feel that its arrival and what's happened with the captains has made the oceans around Schultz stir.
Don't look down at the gauntlet. You want us to go kill it, don't you?
I want you to walk the path you choose.
Say, Lascalar, how much powder you got?
None. I left the other captains a long time ago, and trying to get me would be way too cumbersome.
I have a pocket full, that's about it.
I doubt we'll need any.
Either
Why
way,
not? No, just agreeing with Lucian.
no. I thought you said why not. I was about to say, let's blow this fucker off. Muscular will say, I leave this in your hands. At this point, you've already told me that the anchorage has been dealt with. I'm gonna go back and make sure everything is as dead as it should be. On
I'll
that
save
end.
some for me.
I ain't worried about treasure. Those other captains made deals with things beyond their understanding. I wouldn't be surprised if, well, something changes there.
Well, I mean, at the very least, as you're looking around, if you happen across Elox, any of his possessions, feel free to snag one for me. I'd appreciate it.
We'll see if it reaches your hand. Either way, suppose I'm to be off. I wish the best of luck to you all.
Yeah, pleasure working with you.
Something like that, huh?
I can't imagine he's not. I can't imagine he's too happy that he didn't get it.
He seems a bit unhappy, but not disappointed, seeing as you're the one who did. He just seems overwhelmed with information. A bit lost, confused. Well, I'm gonna get back to my ship, and I suppose you shoot back to your own. I've got a lot to think about, and a lot to check out. Jack, once this is all done, we should link up again. I don't know what we'll do, seeing as now the anchorage is gone.
Well, I had a few ideas, but we can discuss those later.
Of course. To the rest of you, keep safe, explore well, and gather some fun stories to tell me about. And, hey, maybe the next time we meet, if you want it one more time, we could have a bit of a scuffle. Up to you, though, I suppose.
Oh, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Or me. We'll see what
To
happens.
be honest, I was kind of hoping for one when we got here.
I know.
But I guess it worked out.
One of the rare situations we're fighting isn't going to solve anything, unfortunately. However, I'll be off. And he'll teleport using his Cape of the Mounterback down towards his ship. Kalos is going to say, well, I should follow the captain.
You'd think he'd get something to move you along quicker.
I have my own means. Remember, I was the one who teleported me and Heel back at the Firefinger, but
He's always
I
got to be so
like-
flashy.
that much is so. I like the walk, so bid you adieu. He begins to walk off, leaving you all to your own.
So, I'm glad that we got that small problem, though.
Mhm.
I said it was quieter, and that's because it is. For me.
That's a good thing or a bad thing?
I don't know what he did. I can't see as far as I could before.
And that's troubling.
Very.
That means something's uncertain, isn't it?
I don't know what he's trying to do. As far as I'm concerned, all he's done is blurred my way forward. But it's fine. I have the prophecies. You got that, which was the most important part. I think I can just... If I don't get it back, the rest should be handleable.
You at least make an educated guess.
I've seen enough. I think it'll be fine.
Well, here's to hoping.
Though, admittedly, it is kind of nice not having to see everything for a little bit.
I mean, hey, cheer up, man. It's like they always say, the only absolute certainty is that there's always uncertainties.
I don't think I've ever heard you say that.
Well, yeah, I'm trying new things out now.
Are you getting philosophical?
I don't know, getting me something. Certainly not gonna sit here and allow whatever other thoughts that allow that shit to happen to permeate. Gotta keep myself busy.
I don't know what he wants me to prove to him, but I made it this far without it. I'll make it to the end without it.
Nothing wrong with counting on yourself and your own strength. How you doing, Cinder? You okay?
I'm alright, yeah.
Anything bad happening there?
Wouldn't say bad necessarily. I mean, I guess symbolic? I don't know.
Yeah, that seems to be the going theme here.
Well, was yours your worst fear too?
I mean, I guess it would be pretty frightening for there to be a giant void swallowing up your city, yeah? Smiles?
Would I even be able to recall what? I would have no clue what Gear City is, would I?
No.
It's gonna look at you blankly.
Usual Jack.
I'm kind of gonna pull you guys aside and make sure nobody else is listening.
You're clear.
I do have some troubling news, though.
Hmm.
I cannot tell if what I saw was events of the past or events of the present or the events of the future, but I saw Ross. And, well, he was going to march on Omu with the dead. I don't know when, but I have a very bad feeling that time is not going to be on our side for much longer.
Hey, nerd. That already happened, didn't it?
Could
Yep.
very well be happening again.
As far as you know.
Yeah.
That fucker's still alive and they're still zombies.
I mean, you're right.
Me, people crying that my
there's
city got
nothing to
destroyed.
march on. The city's already it's kind of already in the shitter. There's nothing to march on anymore.
I feel like history could be repeating itself. Who knows?
Wait,
Something
where
bad
did Lascalar say the giant ship was heading?
to port.
To
Oh
port.
fuck! The ship full of giants was heading towards port.
I think it might be time to get moving.
Yep, it's just one cataclysmic event after another.
That's fine. They're just giants.
It's a hard knock life for us.
What a
I don't know what
joy.
you saw in detail, but I wouldn't worry about it. Events of the past and all.
No, it's whether it being the past or not. I have a feeling that it's an omen for things to come.
The only thing you need to worry about is killing Ross with your own hands.
Something, something, something doomed to repeat it.
No, don't worry. I intend to do that. That hasn't changed.
But we might as well get going. We can talk more on the boat. We've got a bit of a journey ahead of us anyway.
Works for me.
Yes, let's get going.
Now, how are we gonna get down?
The same way we got up. It's just the other way.
Jack,
Uh,
you wanna load me onto that thing again?
yeah.
If it's too much for you, I can just find another way.
Oh, you're fine.
Are you
Thing
sure?
makes you feel light as a feather.
You look like you were struggling pretty hard when you were bringing me up the first time.
Get to the rope.
Okay.
You find your group eventually finds your way back to the ship. Through trial and tribulation, you arrive back at your vessel.
I would like to immediately go check the brig.
Captain's still down there. Just
Where's
metal
the
cup
witch?
against the bars. She's on the top of the ship, just looking towards the sea, throwing coins into the ocean. Muttering prayers.
Wait, we'll say profanities there for a second.
Motherfucker! Bitch! Ass! Belligerency!
Damn.
Damn, can't get enough of
I
that.
guess we're casting off.
Ugh.
Anyone have any objections?
Nope.
Not even a little bit.
Yahoo! Your group begins to sail back towards Port Ninezaru.
Yep.
Alright, cool. Port Ninezaru. With your destination in mind and traveling a rather easy route, it will take you a while to reach it, but it'll be surprisingly easy to get there.
You get taxed by a dragon turtle.
Oh. As you get to that point, I will need someone to roll me a D100.
God.
I'll
RMA
throw it.
happens every time. Nothing new.
And every
No.
single one is a turtle. Every single one.
Turtle. Turtle.
Who's rolling?
Do you
Jack
need-
already
you-
rolled.
you
Anyone
do
but
turtle?
Jack.
Jack already rolled.
Damn it.
Get right.
Took too long, now the candy's gone.
You almost had it.
Aromeg. Let's see. Where's that percentage?
Belligerency.
Belligerent.
Yada 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 yada. Ooh, doo, doo, doo.
I fucking hated that commercial so much.
Gotta be quicker than that.
Oh, you gotta be quicker than that.
Imagine she grabs that and like he tugs it and now she's got a fucking hook through her palm.
Oh my god, that would suck.
You see, she simply should have just walked up to him and taken the fishing rod from the frail old man.
Someone
Walk up,
needs
kick
to
balls.
roll a dice for me.
What kind
Well-
of dice?
Let's find out, shall we?
Let's
Are these
find
are these ouchie
You
dice?
need to roll me a d20 minus 2.
That's quirky.
One
Who
of you.
wants it?
Whoever's driving the ship.
Oh,
Okay,
too late,
well,
pal.
Okay. Let me check something.
Bum 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 ba da 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 da.
Is this the secret raid boss?
Arameg?
Oh god.
We fighting Gamera's D&D character? Like what's going on?
Let's see. Ah.
Ah. I don't like that sound.
Wires.
Now I gotta throw the
Ah.
curiosity's sake roll.
What the fuck?
Okay.
I don't
I
want
had to see what I'd get.
I don't want you.
Okay, well, this becomes tricky. Roll me a d20. Just a straight d20, Lucian.
There's a lot of rolling.
Oh
I'm
my-
scared.
God.
Alright.
The dice are not friends today.
Oh, I tried.
Funny
Oh
numbers.
god.
Are we actually? Is it actually a turtle?
He's gonna run our fucking pockets, bro.
You know what? Yeah.
9 and a 4. 94 dragon turtles show up.
As
No.
you begin to pass by, you know Arameg's lair. You try and sail your ship quietly through the area without being noticed. However, the waters stir.
Oh, crap.
Great.
Below
I'm
you,
not
you see
convinced
the
that half
turtle
of these dice
circling.
meant anything.
They did. Come on, a 27 on a D100. What do you think would happen?
That's
I've
why I
already
don't like
immediately
that
got
Look,
a
you're the one
plan.
who rolled the 11 on stealth. You rolled one higher, and it would have mattered. But that was his passive.
L.
Mm.
I already have a
Regardless,
plan.
all these dice mattered. Screw you. You should have rolled above. You should have rolled above a 10 on the D20.
Yeah, I would have made it a 15 if you know.
Well, you know, in time.
Could have also asked for my +4.
Oh well.
I can't contribute anything. I'm loud as
Who's
fuck.
got the
You guys are
bullshit
gonna
dice?
toss gold into the ocean. Arameg surrounds it. How much do you
But-
start by tossing?
I'd like to try and make a deal first.
Yeah,
Ain't
good luck with
happening.
that. Good
How
luck
much
with
gold
that.
do we even have as capital? It's mostly in trinkets.
I mean, he'll take whatever, as long as it's of value.
But what if I offer him the gold that got blasted into the water at the fucking area?
What?
What if I offer him the gold that was blasted into the sea from the...
Oh yeah, go fucking walk somewhere else on the island and get money ass.
Yeah.
How much money is your
Shoot
group
for a couple
tossing in to
months.
start off?
You can have fucking 300. Fuck him.
Oh god.
Okay. He fades. He would have settled for 100.
What the fuck?
You
You just
throw the
overpaid
money.
the turtle.
You throw money overboard, and Arameg won't be messing with you for a bit.
Good.
Great,
fuck
now
him.
he's gonna expect that every time.
Yeah, he can fuck himself.
Consider that assurance that you're good for a few journeys.
Fucking bribed the turtle.
As he just sails down, seeing the money drop slowly and following it down to the sea.
Make sure you pay the tithe, or Nautilus, Arameg will come after you.
Don't you say that name in here!
We killed him. He's dead.
Arriving at Port Nyanzaru once more, as your boat docks on the shore, one
I would
member of
assume
your
there's
crew
a
will step.
commotion.
No, no giants are
Really?
here. No
Hey,
giants.
look at them.
No,
But-
I mean a commotion about fucking this particular boat.
I mean, there's eyes on you as you're driving towards. However, we'll get to that. But before your
Oh.
group arrives into the port, because you haven't technically passed the chains yet, Volo's going to come to each of you and say, could I have a word on top of the ship momentarily?
Sure.
Of course.
All of
Individually or all together?
you? Everyone. Preferably.
Okie dokie.
Sure thing.
Alright.
You all follow him up to just
Nice.
stand at the head of the ship and look towards all of you. So I wanted to say something. Our journey has been long and, as expected, fruitful. However, I find that I've achieved that which I sought out to achieve here with your group. I got the information I need for my book, and I believe it's time I find myself going elsewhere, seeing as I contribute no further to this venture. I do not wish to drag your group down with my ways. I am needed elsewhere in the world,
Alright.
after all.
You see, the thing about that, Volo,
Yes?
wasn't planning on saying it out loud. Usually I just kind of keep it to my chest unless it's needed. But it's clearly needed. Where you're needed elsewhere in the world is at the center of the jungle.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah.
I don't quite understand.
You see, I wasn't going to say anything. I just kind of figured you'd stick around for longer. But You have a fate here that's very intricately tied with the heart of the jungle.
Well, I believe that my fate's wherever I go. So, I'm sure you can find another way.
Would you want to take that up with Savaris, the god of divination?
I don't believe I want to speak to any god, personally.
I mean, that's very fair. I didn't like Oobtail much. Volo, I don't know what brought you to this decision, but I can't see what happens if you don't come with us anymore. So I am going to practically beg you to come for one more journey.
Honestly, I'm not sure how to feel. I never thought any of you would be begging for me to follow along. Especially not you.
I can see how my demeanor would bring that about. But I've said it before. You have potential. And if you come with us, I'm sure it will be realized.
See, that's the issue, though. You keep saying I have potential, that that implies that I should be striving to be better. Like someone I'm not.
Everyone can be better if they're already good.
Of
At this point,
course.
I'll sort of speak up and say, yes, but my question becomes, what's wrong with doing what works? If you've already found us something that works for all of us, then I see no reason to change it.
I'm not asking for change. You seemed rather unsatisfied the last time issues of this got brought up. Is that not the case anymore?
Look, I've thought about it quite a bit. And while I believe that if I do have this potential you speak of, it's different from your own. I adventure in my own way. It's worked for me so far, and I don't like the idea of trying to do something that just isn't me. I feel that I've tried too hard. It's not every day that well, I'll be honest. When we first met, we had a conversation on a ship in port, talking with some investors from Waterdeep Unlimited. You see, those investors, publishers, when we were there, you spoke of me as if I was, well, insignificant in the grand scheme of things. And it's not that I'm hanging on to that now, obviously. I mean, no ill will towards you. It's just, most people who talk to me just only want to see me for my fame and repetition that I hold within my literatures. So, having someone speak so plainly to me was eye-opening, I guess. It was a new experience. I wasn't sure how to feel about it, but it made me realize that I have a lot of questions about myself that I want to answer. I just don't think that they're here anymore. Not with any of you, as much as you've helped me understand that. Adventures are everywhere. I can't be tied down to one place. How sure are you that I'm needed here in the end of things? Feels like we can't be sure of anything nowadays.
Oh, somebody's got to write about it if we all die.
I've already written of
Okay.
all of you in my book. It's for later.
Let me put it this way. Most of my contact with him has been through prophecies, riddles, parables, vagueness. When talking about you, that was the only thing I've ever gotten out of him that was a certainty.
And who are you to say that wasn't some sort of test? Gods like to do tests all the time. Or so I've heard.
Well, if it is a test, then I don't know why he had presented it to me.
Alright. You make a point. There's still one person I wanted to talk to. Looks to you, Wolf. If we travel together, I want to be certain that you don't see me as only a detriment holding you back. It seemed that way when we were traveling together. Very least back in the Wormheart mines. I'll admit I might have tried a little too hard to impress, but still, I would hate to drag you down on your grand adventure. Wolf, yeah, you. Okay,
I'm sorry. I'm literally like going back and forth between two things at once right now.
you're fine. Do you need me to say that again, or?
Yeah, just this is the last part. One more time, please. I'm sorry.
He says, I just want to make sure that I'm not dragging you down on your grand adventure, after all. I've gotten what I needed out of this, and your story's yet to end.
Listen, Volo. I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder. I know I've probably given you a hard time, but really, I don't really think you're that bad. It's just this journey's been hard on all of us, and I guess it's my own fault for not being as fair to you as I could have been. I don't really see you as a hindrance. It's honestly, it's nice having your presence around sometimes. It's good to have more people, and while I won't say that I'm your biggest fan of your work, you can be very entertaining and very enjoyable to be around. And if Lucian says that you have an important purpose here, then you're one of us.
Someone in your party, does not matter who, make a persuasion check with advantage with a DC lower than the fucking ground.
What? Persuasion?
Someone in your party make a persuasion check with advantage.
I would love to just toss it off to Byron, but I feel like I should probably make that. Which
I
is
have a-
unfortunate.
I think everyone in your group
Persuasion?
said something, unless anyone else has something to say.
I have a -1.
Everyone in your group has said something, so I think it's valid for
I have
any
a
of you to make it.
+5.
It's very valid for any of you to make it.
All right, Byron, please.
Then
What
we
am I
got more
doing?
than a +5.
No, I do not have more than a +5.
And this is just a check. One person's making it, but it's considered this for the entire group, so. Should have made that with advantage. Even though you've already passed, I still want to see if you get any higher, so roll again. Whatever, 17's as high as it gets. Cinder, do you want to add anything to it, or I know you guys have.
I
you and
have a
Lucian have your weird
+4,
effects.
yeah.
Okay.
all of my weird effects are not something I'm going to do in this conversation. Or, I don't have them, so.
Oh, you have your D4 still.
Oh, is that still in play? Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
Yes. You aren't completely disconnected from your capabilities. They're just temporarily limited.
I'll give the plus floor for mine.
Plus fleur.
Plus floor.
Oh, just plus fleur. It's not a D fleur. Okay, got it.
Oh
The
my
plus
god.
fleur. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. A single, small, and uncharacteristic tear goes down the side of his face. He says, "You know,
You all suck.
it really all means a lot from you all. I'll stick around. Let's do this. What are friends for, anyways?
Wonderful.
I'll go over
Let's
and pat
go,
him on
team.
the stupid little hat that he wears. I'll pat him on the hat. There you
Let's
go.
do this, team."
This will be a hell of a story to tell.
And it will. I really thought I was just kind of wiping off. I really thought that I would actually be leaving, so I had a few things prepared in the case of my departure. A bit of a, stick it in your nose kind of thing, and then something to make it feel better again. I'm just gonna do this now, and I mean this in no ill will to you. Here you go, Lucian. He hands you a piece of paper that's wrapped up, very reminiscent of what was in your spell book earlier. Open it up. I was going to give this to you when I left. Like I said, no hard feelings. This was just supposed to be a gotcha moment.
What does it say?
If you open it up, it's just signed by him on the inside.
Ooh. Oh, fuck.
Keep it close to your chest. And to make you feel
I
better.
love it. I love it.
That's good to hear. I thought you would surely be in a rage.
No, it's a great honor.
That feels like sarcasm, but I'm going to pretend that it isn't. Anyways, looks to you, Sender. Earlier on, you told me to write about all of you in my book.
Correct.
So I did so. I made a chapter dedicated to the Embers Reforged, I believe it was.
Our group, yes.
I believe so, yes.
Oh, right. That's
That's what
our
we
game.
decided on. I thought we were going off at the table.
No.
Nope.
No, that was horrible.
Yeah, absolutely.
Embers
atrocious.
Reforged. I made a chapter dedicated to you and starting a long chapter on Schult as a whole. You see, back at Waterdeep Unlimited, I have been developing a series of travel guides for different places I visit. This island being, obviously, my most recent. Perhaps you'll give me something to write an addendum about by the end of this journey.
Yeah.
Regardless, though, if any of you want to see and make sure that you feel validly represented in my book, Points of Iron, he has it.
Yes, actually. Yeah,
Till then.
well, holding on to that, I didn't, I hope you don't mind, I was sort of waiting for a better moment to show everyone since we were all in a...
Of course, you can wait. No need to, I could go off when we get to port. I have some business I need to tend to. I need to close off some relations with some of the merchant princes, seeing as I might be leaving soon, once we're done. So, feel free to wait.
Are we actually, like, you said we were outside the chains?
At this point, your group would finally arrive outside the chains, and your boat would slow down and be anchored. As you stop, the chains aren't lowered for you.
Oh crap, that's right, I forgot to take down the flag.
You see a smaller ship sailing up to the side of your vessel.
But you're here to give me a parking ticket.
You, in the distance, see Zendar on the ship, who just curiously looks towards your group. You see a few well-built guards alongside him.
Can I
And-
quick go below deck and fucking bring up Zeram tied up?
Start dragging him up. He doesn't even fight at this point or speak. He is done. Absolutely defeated.
One ship and one captain for a grand total of 2,500 gold, I believe.
Zendar floats up to the top of your ship using fly and lands on the deck and says, What? This is the Emerald Eye, yes?
Was.
Still is.
I mean, look, he ain't got the eye anymore.
I mean the ship. You have its captain. Yes, yes, the reward is in order. How? I never thought that bounty would be fulfilled. You've done the port a great service today. This money was more than earned. We can tell the merchant vessels they don't have to worry about getting robbed any further by Captain Zaurum.
Oh, I would extend that to not being robbed by any pirates.
Yeah,
Interesting.
obviously,
Thanks.
we've got no way to prove it, but Elok's probably a fine mist. And as far as Lascalar, he's fucking gone.
Interesting.
When you get the time, feel free to speak to Liara Porter.
Of course. Oh, I should mention, be careful on the open waters. A few days ago, a massive longship sailed by the port, right past it.
Giants.
It was a big ship.
Giants.
It was hugging the edge of the island, heading somewhere on the east side, I believe.
We'll keep an eye out for it.
Oh, I know where they're going.
Do so. Regardless, if you'll come with me, we'll bring your ship in and, we'll get your reward. And, if you wish, seeing as you managed to achieve this goal, I don't know what I could extend to your group further than that, besides basic funding. Should you ever need a means of transportation, let us know any time, and we'd be willing to offer you a free boat ride anywhere you please.
Actually, I wouldn't mind getting my own boat. As obviously, I don't think I'm allowed to keep this one.
The Flaming Fists are providing you one later.
Oh, yeah.
He says, we'll be taking this one in. Getting your own boat's tricky, but we'll see about it in time.
Or at least
way-
some parking vouchers would be nice.
You don't need a voucher. If you wish to, your group is free to park in the Royal Docks any time and receive the highest quality treatment we can offer to your ships.
You fucking what?
You're heroes of the port now, and the merchant princes, I'm sure, will be in complete agreement. I don't even have to bother asking.
Fair enough.
Either way, come on into port. He looks off to the side and casts some sort of magical spell, speaking into a copper wire, and you watch the chains begin to drop.
I would like to keep his weapon, though, as kind of a trophy.
Take what you will off of him, we only need the person. He'll be... He'll have a nice place in Executioner's Run, I'm sure. Regardless,
I'm just kind of gonna lean down to him. You're shouldn't have walked towards me.
What?
Just lean down to him and just... You shouldn't have walked with me.
burn in hell. I'll be waiting for you there.
Oh, save me a seat.
Zarum says, were you going to say something? Looking to you, Wolf.
No, I'm just thinking about something.
Alright, well. Either way, sail your ship in, and come to my office for your reward.
Alright.
He flies off
And-
the side of your ship, landing in his smaller vessel. Unless you
And we
stop
will
fighting.
do that and that.
Add your money. You know how much it is.
Yeah, I already added that like last week.
Is that in the group fund now?
As
Yeah.
as we're sailing in, I'm kind of gonna walk over to Viren and tap him on the shoulder.
You do so.
Uh-huh.
May I have a word with you privately?
Sure.
I'm gonna go to the captain's quarters or whatever, where it's just a.
You're
secret
taking
phone.
some more quiet.
Yeah.
Can I, as they're walking off, I just want to holler at Wolf. Why don't you fuck up that room?
No promises.
Actually, look and see if you can find anything else shiny.
It'll be the first I tell.
By the way, you walk.
Not gonna lie, I kind of want to gold plate.
Nope.
Or at least gold trim Wolf.
If I find a gold plate, it's going on my table.
Either way, you
It's
invite him into the
probably
room
some.
and close the door, having complete privacy.
Byron,
Hmm.
after coming to recent understandings about everything going on, I wanted to ask a favor. And
All right. This is, well, I suppose, an unexpected.
I'm
Okay.
asking you because I believe you're the only one who I could trust to follow through on this.
Yeah, that's foreboding, but sure.
I don't think I'm going to have the ability to fight Ross. At least, I don't know if I'll be able to follow through with what I set out to do here. I don't know what manner of potency it is, but I feel that he may yet still have some control over me. We're bound together, whether I like it or not. I don't know what's going to happen out there, but I need you to make me a promise. When we go to fight Ross, you promise me that you do whatever it takes to ensure that he dies. Even if that means that you have to kill me too. Especially if I am not able to control myself any longer.
Yeah. I'm not going to say let's hope it doesn't come to that, since that's the obvious answer to something like this. So instead, I'll just say, you have my word on it. No matter what happens, Ross will not live once we find him.
Thank you. And as much as I trust everybody up there, I would like to keep this promise between us. I don't need any more stress or tensions potentially hampering us on our journey here, and I would hate to see everyone worried about me.
It'll definitely stay between us, but that said, that does lead me into another interesting, I guess, sort of parallel to that. Within that cave, we were, me and the other me were separated. We had a chance to, decide. Well, we were asked different questions and decided our own answers to them. I don't know what's going to happen when this all ends, but if we both make it to the end and I don't, die along the way, if what is going to happen happens, and I don't, let's say that I do succeed in what I'm trying to do, and well, it fails afterwards. Whatever reason, doubt overcomes, and I fulfill my mission here. I don't know if the other me plans on stopping anytime soon. If Dendar fails, we may just be moving on to the next cataclysm to achieve the goal that he has in mind. There may be no end, so long as as long as we don't find, as long as he doesn't find hope in it. Death is really the only end to such a goal.
So, we're in agreement then. If we feel that each other pose a threat to the world or each other or the good of all, we'll stop each other.
I suppose we do have that, since I do want to think that there is hope in this. I want to think that there is potential for people to change things, and well, it would be a shame if it all, even after if Dendar is to fail, that my only choice would be to find the next thing stronger than her.
Who's to say? But I am glad that we have enough trust in each other to offer these things. And, well, I'm kind of gonna walk forward and just offer my hand to Byron. Whatever we do going forward, I don't want it to feel like because of what we're from or who we serve that we're enemies.
Of course not. We're in this together.
And I know we may have had our differences and our squabbles in the past, but I am proud to call you my friend, Byron.
Same here. And I do hope that at some point you and him might have a conversation similar to this.
Yeah, that'll certainly be something, won't it?
It's only a matter of time. Biding our time and waiting will only get us so far.
I suppose. But hey, we made it this far.
So we have.
Who's to say we can't make it a little further, right?
Okay, let's get to it then.
Agreed. And I'll kind of just walk on out, and on the way out, I'll grab like a silver fork and then just chuck it up towards Jack.
I asked for a golden plate.
You
Jack
get a
catches the
silver
fork.
fork!
Jack, you lightly catch the fork and continue to pilot your ship towards the royal dock. As your ship arrives in the port, it's easily tended and repaired. Captain tip-top condition, your group exiting the ship, heading towards Zendar's cabin, and collecting your reward. Zendar will just look to all of you and say, well, it's been an absolute honor to hand you this. I honestly never thought the pirate problem would be dealt with, and if what you say is true and the whole situation is just wrapped up, then I must say I owe you a lot more. That's all I'll say. So, if in the future, once we can confirm that the other 2 captains are dead, you need something, come back to port and I'll talk with the other merchant princes about assuring that you have enough money to retire anywhere in the world you so please.
Well, I don't think anyone has a problem with that.
Of course. Princes have all the money you could imagine, so I'm sure it shouldn't be too hard to get with each of them to part with some of it. You've saved us a lot of business, trust me. The only thing keeping people out of port was, well, those pirates. And the turtle. But I can't expect you to deal with that. Another way. For now, you'll be off. If you sleep anywhere in the city, consider your rooms paid for. Along with your food.
That reminds me.
Mhm.
Wolf, Jack. So, I probably
I'm still
probably
going to
don't
Fight
in the
Club.
City. Probably don't go in the city. Just, I forgot.
What?
You guys are supposed to be dead.
What?
Oh yeah, that's right.
Forgot about that for a bit.
I'm supposed to be dead?
Well,
Yeah, because
Yeah,
me and
the
Wolf died in
executioner's
the...
run.
Yeah, we died in
Yes.
Executioner's Run.
Yeah, so stay on the outskirts.
Unless you want us to lie and just say, oh well, we.
I assumed you guys were getting some painted on disguises, because that's what you said
Yeah,
you wanted to
yeah.
do last
We gotta
time.
reapply our makeup. Hold on.
Yeah, I just assumed you guys were getting disguised again.
How the fuck do you disguise fur?
Paint!
Make it a
Magic
different
paint!
color.
Magic paint.
I'm
Magic
not out of this shit.
Pick what
Come
breed
on.
you want. You want to be a calico?
Come on, instead of a black cat, you
Hey,
Hey
can
now,
be a gray
we don't
fox.
decide breeding here.
Your group
That's not
exit.
what I said. That
Get
is
out.
Not what I
You're-
said.
Your group exits the house, looking off into the city potentially one last time before preparing for your grand voyage towards Mesro and then the center of the island. Before we end, or I suppose as we're ending, Viren, do you want to save the book for next session? Or do you want to
Yeah, well,
The choice is yours.
save it for next.
Alrighty. In that case, we will be ending, but I'll ask all of you to think about something. You can talk with each other, you can do what you want, but chances are we've got 2 to 3 sessions before we end up actually leaving the city for your last voyage to head towards Omu and the end of the campaign. And before you leave, your group's gonna need to choose a guide.
I need a boat.
Now,
Ayo.
obviously, talking with every guide is an option. Any of them are options, as you've done so much for each of them. Certain guides, after speaking with them, once that session rolls around, might just straight up be willing to come with you, no matter how many are traveling with you. But that's overall for you to decide. What I want is your group to come to one coherent decision on at least one person. However,
Right now?
No.
Kawasha.
then you have 2 weeks to think about it, maybe even 3. Till then, however,